Good evening, hailing frequencies are open. Welcome to Shield of Tomorrow, everybody. How's it going? How are all my evil Mirror Universe crew members? Well, they're not answering, so they're quite evil. So, as you can see, everyone put forth a little effort to go evil tonight. Unfortunately, I work at Geek and Sundry, where I have to work all damn day until the very, seconds before the live stream starts, and so I had no time to get all cool.
The Game Master has no reason to be evil.
The Game Master's always evil.
Yeah. So now you're how much thread do you need to become evil?
This is what Mirror Universe Eric always looks like.
Eric, none of us are evil. We're just smarter versions of the character.
The
and
real,
more ruthless.
Yeah. Okay.
So ruthless.
So we got a lot to get through here in our intro tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off. Before we jump into the information on the charity stream itself, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way because it is gonna be a very big episode of Sam Loses Their Shit because Sam was gone. So
I'm so happy I'm back.
We gotta give Sam Loses Their Shit a lot here. Does somebody want to carry these over? I can carry them over. I'll carry these over to Sam.
Oh my goodness.
Here's a pile, Sam.
No
it's
kidding.
like Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Okay. Wow. Wow.
Okay. Oh, you know what though? I got a blade here for you.
Don't get Rue a blade. Are you crazy?
Oh no!
Since you're sitting next to the captain, I thought.
Like here.
Yeah.
There's things on your eyes now.
So normally we would have these open for you, Sam, but
All right. I'm
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
why don't you open that one and I'll open this one.
What?
And have it ready for you.
Oh my god.
There's a package in a package in here.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Is
This
that
is
also for Sam?
Inception package.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I've been guessing just that,
This is from Librarian Liz.
holy shit.
Oh, I love Librarian Liz.
Oh, did you see it?
Yes.
What?
You have to open those
Yeah.
first.
Okay. Okay.
I
I
know.
follow directions, so I don't die. If you need a blade.
Yep.
Why am I giving a Game Master a blade? This is even worse. I'm making it worse, y'all. I'm sorry.
So, if you haven't caught on, tonight we're going to be a little loose.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Be kind of a loose stream tonight, guys. Before we get into the what do you want to say? The incredible superiority complex backed up by incredible
I know
amounts
this is
of
a bag
firepower.
in a bag in
No?
a bag,
Okay, just checking.
which reveals a bag
My God, somebody got Sam a bag.
and another bag.
All right.
Oh my gosh, these dice are amazing! Oh my gosh, these are so beautiful! Holy!
There it is.
Oh my gosh!
Here's the noise you all gift
this
Sam
has such
for.
good weight to it. Oh, and this is a perfect Mirror Universe ship die. We have a Mirror Universe ship die, y'all. Oh my gosh! 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 Oh my gosh!
So who's that from?
This is from Librarian Liz.
Librarian
and,
Liz?
And says, may they roll well for me. And thank you, Librarian Liz, because, oh my gosh, they're going to roll well and do wonderful things.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We need to warn the audience tonight that tonight's episode is going to be too sexy.
Yeah.
Too
Tonight.
sexy.
Might be. We should have started.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you get now?
Break those.
Oh my gosh, no, I definitely, these are not for breaking. These are from Symphoria, who is lovely, and thank you, and gave me charcoal sketching art.
Oh, nice.
So my traditional art supplies continue so that I have options for all of my bad hands, bad drawings.
This is gonna tie well into the big box next to you. Can you pull that out or?
Oh dear, I have
You
one
got
more
that?
box, and I follow
You got one more?
instructions from my GM so that I don't die, because rocks will fall and everyone will die, and it's a bag! There's something a theme. You might get a surprise. There's a note in here.
So these are sort of a combination of birthday gifts and where the hell did you go? Please don't ever leave again.
These are from the Nets. And
What are they?
Oh my gosh, this bag is really, really pretty. And there's a string on the bag.
No pressure, Sam. We're all just gonna stare at you. And
Yeah, we're just like,
It's okay. I just get to bask in the love from everybody who I missed so much while I was gone.
We missed you too.
I was so happy to be on stream, and I was so happy to watch you guys from chat and watch Eric be me. But I'm so happy
Yes.
I'm back, and
Quite.
this bow is genuinely defeating me. We're just gonna cut it. It's there we go. The Gordian knot. Yeah. The only solution is
Enter producer Liz. who will
It's a
now
Mirror
watch
Universe
her
bow. It
stuff.
just does not want to be in
It's a
there.
Mirror Universe bow.
I'm back with you guys.
Yay.
We're so glad
glad to have you back.
But I'm not happy at all because I'm from the mirror universe.
Yes.
There is no happiness in the
There's
universe.
no happiness. I'm definitely not happy. This is not my happy face.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to something really. Whoa! Oh my goodness.
So now Sam is opening a very large box that has
That's
It's
amazing.
a very large drawing pad.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Para dibujos, right there.
Yeah.
Dibujos.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. And this is actually extra super great because I was talking on Twitter about how I draw super, super small. And I was hoping that if I had like a larger space, then I wouldn't draw so small, like it would be proportional. And so I think someone answered that.
I'm trying to
Here's your
count
tip.
how many breaths you've been taking.
You gotta use the long
I
line.
lost it on 5.
While
You
we're
gotta use
while
the
we're
long
on
line.
this,
yeah,
though,
I'm gonna have to like, serious
That's the tip.
drawing from the shoulder.
Yeah.
they open
For
it.
that size, it's elbow
There
to
is
hand.
a note in there at the bottom of the box, which right now I can't reach for because I have had surgery. Yay!
Yay! Surgery.
Yay! Yes,
Surgery.
definitely
Yes,
a yay
indeed.
surgery.
Mirror universe where surgery is great.
What do we got?
There we go. And now it's open. And
I love this. I love this so much.
I know.
oh my gosh! And
Is
now
it not big?
really, really pretty brush markers.
Those are
Brush
good.
markers.
Yeah, no, these are really, really good. And Lynette said like
pretty
thought I might
colors.
like those better than the brand that I've been using. And oh my gosh,
This is
I'm really,
becoming
really,
our.
really
This has
excited
become
to
the
try
What
next
did that
Project
get?
Pixel episode.
So I gotta like
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really, really like draw super good stuff.
Okay, so
Because
look forward to
the
some
pressure
fan
is
art
on,
from-
but I'm still gonna hashtag it bad hands, bad drawings.
And
that's my
before
life.
we move on to
And-
Sam loses their shit, I have another gift as well.
Oh,
But I have one for everybody.
Yes, everyone needs their shit.
Sam. Sam first. Can you pass that down? Since
Oh
we
my
take,
goodness!
Since we take so many notes
Oh my
in the
gosh!
episodes as my thing,
This is
I
oh
got
my
everyone
gosh!
these
Rad.
notebooks with the Star Trek symbol burned into the front.
rad.
They were supposed to arrive for the premiere of season 2, and that didn't happen. They were-
Gorgeous.
I didn't know I ordered them from.
These are stunning.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Really
god.
cool.
And Xander, you get one too.
I get one?
Yes.
And there's one for Amy.
And there's one for Amy and
yeah,
Eric.
Oh, sweet.
I'll give them to you after.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Gorgeous. Oh my
Oh,
They're
by the
wood.
way,
They're made of wood.
Yeah.
and by the way, welcome back, Xander.
Thank you.
And by the way, Xander.
Oh yeah, Xander's here.
So as we jump into our announcements now, I should go ahead and tell you guys that Amy Dallin is home tonight. She's probably watching from bed and sipping tea and making that pouty face that she makes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everyone
sick
everyone
face.
just bombard her with love.
Hey, Amy, now you go to sick bay.
No.
Amy, throw those in sick bay.
Off
So
with
we've had to make sure that Amy stayed home tonight. Rick and I had to like talk her down. What's up?
Tell people about the donations before we reach the first goal before you even mentioned it.
Have we already started?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
what?
I didn't realize you guys were already donating, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about the donations.
Wow.
Oh my goodness! Do not disappoint. All right, so tonight is a charity stream. So tonight we're trying to raise money for Puerto Rico, and Sax is very kind enough to help me type up this little thing here. All night we're taking donations to help with hurricane relief from Puerto Rico. Our specific charity tonight is Puerto Ricans in Action. Which is an LA-based group that normally works around the city to promote civic and cultural engagement for a unified regional identity. But after Hurricane Maria, they've also been taking donations and working to support direct relief efforts. They're actually partnered with another great local charity called Cooking with Gabby, which normally works with local kids to promote nutrition, but has also turned its sights to Puerto Rico after the hurricane. You can follow the links, which I'm thinking we've got posting up in the chat, to donate directly to PayPal, which I'm thinking y'all are doing since we're already approaching our first goal, which is how we'll track tonight's donation and unlock reward giveaways for all kinds of cool stuff. If you can't use PayPal and you aren't watching live, you can donate directly on Puerto Ricans in Action page, which is just that. It's PuertoRicansInAction.com. We've also agreed to donate any bits you donate tonight to Puerto Rican relief, and we'll count these donations towards our reward goals. Speaking of reward goals, let's start at $100 donated that will unlock 5 signed copies of The Library Bards. The Library Bards.
I was grabbing the.
I know, I caught you unawares.
1, 2, 3.
Library Bards, yes.
Yeah.
Library Bards are going to give away 5 signed copies. Yay, of their album.
Hardcore.
Amazing.
And that will include a signed poster as well.
Sweet. So let me go ahead and tell you guys about the giveaway thresholds that we're trying to hit tonight. So For $100, we're going to give away the 5 copies of Library Bard CDs that will be signed. At $200, we're going to go ahead and give away the Temporal Agent Starter Pack, which we normally give away during the break. Tonight we're doing that as a build-up. So that'll be the next. But at $500, our own Jody Hauser has agreed to sign some of her very own comics.
Oh, wow.
So cool.
Ah,
So
Jody
at
Hauser's so
500,
cool.
we're going to give
I know where
away
these now.
signed comics from Jody.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's right.
Super
This
awesome.
is pretty rad. Oh man, these are so damn pretty. Jody, your artist
Jody,
is
you're so
insane.
cool.
Yes, Jody's got the coolness factor going on. So we'll be giving those away tonight. Then at $1,000, we have 3 sets of ship tiles from the Star Trek: The Next Generation from Modiphius. Now, there's a story behind the ship tiles that I have to tell you guys. This is an email I got from Modiphius. They said, there's a bit of a story behind this giveaway. The artist who makes these is based in Puerto Rico. And we have first-hand accounts from him of what his time has been like over there. His name is Jose Estrellas. Is that
Esteras.
Esteras. Jose Esteras. And I appreciate a shout out to him. So Jose, this is a big shout out to you, man. Little bit of background. He designs these scenes in actual 3D, then creates the false perspective top-down view for the render. It's incredible stuff, and they're fantastic accessory. They're based on the set designs from Rick Sternbach's The Next Generation Enterprise D, who consulted with Jose to make them.
Wow.
Jose keeps in touch with us on his cell phone when he has signal, and he has been working on more tiles. He was working on more tiles until his generator, which was a little temperamental. He was worried about it shorting out his PC, so he's had to futz with that. Thankfully, he's not had it too bad, and he's incredibly excitable and optimistic for working with the Modiphius team. If you can send him some love while we're doing this charity stream, that would be awesome. Jose, all of our love. Thank you so much.
Yay.
We'll be giving away 3 sets of ship tiles made by Jose and from Modiphius. This is one of the best the things they just released, and that'll be at $1,000. At $1,500, we're going to give away 2 signed core books for Star Trek Adventures, signed by the cast.
Yes.
2 signed.
I was
So
like, I want.
yeah, so that's going to be the big one.
Will you sign my core book?
I will.
So yeah.
Have a nice summer.
It's going to be rad.
Best wishes.
And then, of course, our big jackpot, if we can hit it, we're hoping to get to 2K tonight for the
we'll hit
donations.
it.
And if we can hit it, we're giving away the Ultimate C-Store code. Star Trek Online, out of the blue, I asked them if they could help, and out of the blue, Star Trek Online said they've only done this a few times in the history of their game, but they're giving us a code for the C-Store that will unlock every ship you can purchase in the C-Store. Every
crazy.
single one of them.
Q mode.
And if you are familiar with Star Trek Online, that's hundreds and hundreds and that's got to be at least $500 to $600 worth of ships. I mean, that's because you're talking like a tier 6 ship is like $30, and they've got like 20 or so. Like, it's ridiculous. It is a huge. It is like a game-breaking code. It is, I've been playing that game since beta, and when they told me they were giving this, I was like, I'm so jealous of whoever gets that code. It is so incredible. I've never heard of that. So we're at $2,000. We're gonna do the Ultimate C-Store ship code giveaway. So that's the big.
We're already at $140.
We're already at $140.
We'll do some draws right now in chat, and Denova will contact people if they
Okay.
want.
So Denoba's going to be reaching out to you guys. We're going to do some draws in chat, and we'll be reaching out to y'all and let you know if you've won. Thank you
He's right
so much
there.
for donating. I hope we can get
Working
up to
real
2K. Yeah, so that's our big announcements for the evening. That kind of covers everything, I think, unless anybody can think of anything else off the top of their head. I know that this is particularly important, so just give you guys a quick background before we start tonight's episode. This charity event started largely in part because Eliza has family in Puerto Rico, and we had been discussing Geek and Sundry is going to have a pretty big lineup of charity events coming up in the future, and but it had been a big space of time between the time we wanted to do one, but we couldn't, the bandwidth and everything that had been slated, it was difficult to find a time where we could actually dedicate a lot of it, so we were able to actually pull this together with the help of Sax Carr, who helped me put this together. We just threw this stuff together, and working with Eliza, and we were able to do this tonight, so it means a lot. Thank you so much for everybody donating. I think we all know how badly our friends and fellows down in Puerto Rico, who are very much a part of this country, have been desperate for some help. So thank you, and let's see if we can get to 2K tonight.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So without further ado, I think it's time to launch into the... I'm sorry, Sam, did you have something you wanted to say?
They're not excited.
Even the mirror universe.
Even the mirror universe, Sam is
There are some
excited.
things that never change.
Yeah.
And
is not.
we shall now begin. We shall now begin tonight's episode of Shield of Tomorrow.
We'll do the murder ourselves.
All right, well, welcome back, everybody, to Shield of Tomorrow. Tonight's game is going to begin a little differently. It's going to begin episodically without any previous connection as we dive into an alternate universe, commonly known in the Trek sphere as the Mirror Universe. This game, this episode, will be taking place shortly after the first inclusion of the Mirror Universe in DS9. The year is 23. I'm gonna look at my thing. The year is 2373. You are all members of the ship, the USS Audacity, which, for those who would know it, it is an Akira class vessel. Except for here in the Mirror Universe, you are actually the first ship of your line. Your registry is NX74710.
74710.
You are part of the Terran Resistance, or known as the Terran Rebellion. The Terran Empire was largely written off as completely conquered and thrown aside, but with the successful recapture of Tarak Nor, the rebellion has been reborn. It has won a huge victory, and now the Klingon Cardassian alliance has begun to take you all rather very, very seriously. There's not a lot of ships in your fleet, but the ones you do have hit really hard and usually leave wreckage in their wake. The flagship, the one that has gained a lot of renown, of course, is the ISS Defiant, which is a ship that probably shouldn't exist, except for the blueprints for it were stolen from another universe and brought here and redesigned and are now being utilized to great degree, as a lot of the Klingon warships and Cardassian warships have trouble keeping up with it. But that's not the only ship to roll off the line. There's been a lot of espionage into the other universe. After the success of the construction of the ISS Defiant, the Terran Resistance began to realize the value of stealing technology, not just from other races, but from other realities if they can. It's been a hard-fought victory, but you were able, many within the Terran Resistance were able to conduct espionage missions into the other universe. One of those missions was a successful stealing of the blueprints to an Akira class. Unfortunately, you were the only Akira class in existence, as the yard that constructed the ship has been destroyed by the Klingons and Cardassians. But that hasn't slowed down the Terran Resistance at all. You've all been doing quite a good job at instilling fear into the hearts of the Cardassians and pure rage into the hearts of the Klingons that are all trying to hunt you down and destroy you. Tarak Nor has become too much trouble to attack outright by the fleets. It's too costly, but everybody knows that an attack eventually will come, since it's become sort of a hub for the Terran Resistance. In the meantime, ships like yours have been engaging in guerrilla warfare out throughout the Alpha Quadrant. And quite successfully. The Audacity, even though it is a prototype and has been prone to the occasional technical malfunction, however, is still unknown to a lot of the ships here in the galaxy. And a lot of the people you've come across have not known what they were going up against until it was far too late. As a result, the ISS Audacity has gained a sense of renown. There's a new warship out there. You have ablative armor, a rapid-fire torpedo launcher, and a fast targeting system. This has allowed the Audacity to swoop in and lay waste to enemy warships and get the hell out before they understood what the hell happened to them. I'm sure y'all, just to give you at home some background to cast to my players here, you were all handed your ship sheet just before the game started. I'm pretty sure you're marveling over the fact that your weapon systems are slightly a little more powerful than
A little bit.
than
Rue
you
would
might
be
be used
so
to.
happy. I'm used to this. This
Rue
is
would
what I
be
normally
caressing
have.
the tactical
But yeah,
console
Rue would
right
have
now.
some feelings.
So let's go ahead and before we launch into tonight's game and where we start off with the USS Audacity, we're gonna meet our crewmates. But let's go ahead and find out. You can bring that over. I can't see it from over there. What's that?
That's what we're paying.
1244.
$1,244.
What?
Wait, we're at $1,244.
What?
Sax was like, "Should we set it at 2K?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to. I want to make sure that we." Okay. 240. Okay.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
We're gonna have to say you didn't start the episode yet.
I wish we had more giveaways for you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Stories
This is
like unlocks. Like
Story unlocks?
Like silly. I mean, it's a fun episode. Why not?
Yeah.
Like unlocking.
if
Everyone
they
has
reach
a British
3K.
accent for 5 minutes. You know?
Yeah. Let's
Why
do
not?
Oh, never
We'll play
again.
with it. We'll play with it. We'll play with it.
I'll do. Eric, can I do this too? If remember when I did a drawing of Talon?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Can I'll do a drawing
Draw
of somebody if we hit like 3K or 4K or 5K, whatever you guys want.
Let's do 3K. If you,
3K.
if we can
He's
hit
a good
3K, Hector will
drawer.
do a
Yeah.
drawing.
I'll do a drawing
Some
of
fan
a
art.
person in a style of like a Star Trek character or something
With our
Star
crew,
Trek-y.
perhaps, or something, or
I
like
love it.
as a member.
I mean, one character's like, you know what? Yeah.
so
okay,
just draw
I'll do-
300 people and.
Yeah, man. I'll draw
Yeah, okay, great.
everybody
Okay, you
in
heard it
the
from
Star
Hector
Trek
just now.
universe.
The new
Yeah.
graphic
I would
novel
do a
will
drawing,
come
but
out.
he's
No,
much
but-
better.
So Hector, so yeah, if we hit 3K, Hector will do a piece of art for you.
Yeah, 3K.
Ooh,
3K. That's
Y'all know what to do. Let's go.
I want to win that
We
one.
all get Mirrorverse goatees. I already have one.
4K.
I will draw them on everyone.
Wait, what?
At 4K, Gina is going to draw Mirror Universe
goatees
goatees on everybody.
Wait, I have to go
said-
straight to the airport after this.
It'll be fine.
Okay. And I also have makeup removal. Go
Okay.
straight to the airport, walking through the TSA. Oh,
Don't do me.
Sorry, we're a little overwhelmed. That's
Sorry.
incredible. Okay.
Okay.
We clearly underestimated the power of
That's
the
so awesome.
Y'all.
of the Shield of Tomorrow fans. Okay. So let's go down the line now and go ahead and meet our crew members. So who are you?
Hello, I am Mala Talux. What else is I don't. What's hidden? What am I allowed to say?
What do you do on the ship? What's your position? Do you have a position?
I am still an engineer.
Chief engineer?
Yeah,
Cool.
just
Alright.
a little more like things that blow up rather than things that make things move.
All right.
I am only known as Dr. Tristan. I've taken over as ship's medical officer as something mysteriously happened to Dr. Throllo and Matazi. And the sickbay has sort of become my medical laboratory.
My name is Lark. If you call me Lark Sage, I'll probably stab you. Just Lark. I guess you can say I'm kind of like a trained assassin. I was trained to be a spy, but I don't really like that job, so I'm on the Audacity. Just, am I on the security team? Probably not. Nobody really wants me around. I don't really have a rank. Just put me on something. I'll do it. Whatever.
All right. Eliza?
I am Talon. I am the ship's pilot, and I believe that Vulcans are supreme. And I'm only here because I know I have skills that I can make use of and be compensated for, and it is logical to do that. But otherwise, logic doesn't really play very much in my lifestyle. That's it.
Captain, Rafael Martinez. Don't you goddamn forget it. I'm maybe one of the Terran Empire's last hopes. So, you know, me and my ship, my crew.
I'm Janelle. Janelle Mockdeer. I kill things.
Yeah, you're real good at it too.
Well, the Resistance is willing to pay.
Yes.
So, pay me till I can get a ship of my own and get the hell out of here.
So this is gonna go great.
Amen.
The Audacity has gained a name for itself as it has been laying waste to unsuspecting trade routes and the occasional Cardassian task force that has been on the look for you guys. Right now, you know for a fact that a bigger sized task force has been dispatched specifically to take out the ISS Audacity. Intelligence that you guys have gained from spies and your underground contacts have alerted you to the fact that 2 Vorcha-class Klingon battle cruisers and 2 Galor-class Cardassian warships have been dispatched to find you for a total of 4 ships that are on the hunt for 1 USS Audacity. We just hit 2K.
What?
So,
Alright, guys, great job.
Oh my gosh. All right, that's a show.
that was a good. Okay.
Thank you. Sincerely. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I feel silly. I completely underestimated you guys, and I apologize.
We will
I know,
never
right?
make that mistake.
Yeah, we're like trying to be all
We're supposed to
badass.
be dour, and you guys are making this very difficult.
You're giving us
Whatever.
feels,
I don't
y'all.
care. Charity.
Money.
That's amazing. Well, yeah. So at 3K, we'll have Hector do a piece of art for one lucky winner.
Yeah.
And then at 4K, we'll have
We
Gina.
might have just goatees.
Gina's gonna give us all goatees, apparently.
Yeah.
You did already this, and you're gonna
So-
put. I'm sorry. I thought end of episode. End of episode.
So we're already halfway
We'll take
there.
a picture with goatees. I will strongly consider that.
Okay.
All right. All right. So here's the situation with the Audacity. Even though you guys have met with incredible amounts of success in the sake of the Terran Resistance, running raids against these shipping lanes and military vessels, just like, as you might say, pirates in the old days of Earth, you have attracted the attention of the higher powers of the military, and now they are dispatching and even conscripting privateers and military vessels to come after you. A few of them that have arrived on the scene have not done so well. Again, the Audacity is a hell of a warship, and the galaxy is still unfamiliar with the capabilities of an Akira class. Not to mention, a blade of armor is something the only other ship has that is the ISS Defiant, and people are starting to learn what that means. Means even though the Akira looks nimble and small, she is tough and can take hits from larger warships. However, it's been attrition. Over the past 3 months, the constant conflicts and hit-and-run raids, along with being occasionally discovered by warships, has begun to wear you down, including your crew complement. And gradually, you've all begun to suffer from both fatigue, and the ship has begun to suffer from constant combat use. Which is when things got interesting. Because about a month and a half ago, you were contacted by a strange benefactor who had been trying to get a hold of your ship, reach your ship for some time, and connected through underworld contacts. You've been able to use some of the spy networks that are still loyal to the idea of the Terran Empire, which is considerable when you think of the tyranny the Terran Empire placed upon the galaxy. Nobody loves the Cardassian Klingon alliance, except of course the Cardassians and the Klingons. Everyone else is
even
not.
some Cardassians don't. So
Yeah. So, wait, who's a Cardassian? Nobody. Wait, I was like, wait,
But the
what I missed?
Bajorans are allied.
Some
I'm just
Cardassians.
saying,
I guess they're the only
generally
ones who
speaking.
love them.
Well, no, it's true. There is one Cardassian named Garrick who apparently serves on board the ISS Defiant. Or is he? No, he's with the Klingon Resistance. Or the Klingon? No, he's with the Klingons. He serves under Worf. This is a lot of reality to take. This is like running Doctor Who all over again. Okay, so So the Audacity has been suffering from attrition as a result of all the action. This underground, the underground contacts that you have been able to utilize to get your intelligence and also some occasional supplies, including warheads and such for hit and run raids, beaming down to planets, blowing up supply depots and beaming out. This underground contact has reached out to you and has connected you to someone who calls themselves, well, the underworld rather has taken to calling her First Lady. Although, for the most part, everyone just calls her the Lady. No one knows who the hell she is, but she has acquired an enormous amount of resources and technology that she has been leaving its supply drops for the Audacity, and each and every time they have checked out. And every time y'all have been running low on photon torpedoes, you get restocked. Every time you're running low on any kind of supply, or the Audacity has been damaged to a point where it needs to make dock for repairs, supplies have been given. This woman, this person, calling themselves the Lady, has even given access to dilithium crystals, which you have in storage now. Those are incredibly rare, especially with the fact that the dilithium mines have been completely absorbed into the Klingon-Cardassian alliance. So, deep behind enemy territory, the USS Audacity has been contacted in the past 24 hours by the middleman who is the voice of the Lady. For the past 2 weeks, the Audacity has been laying low as you've resupplied, and things have been moving along. This benefactor has not asked for anything in return. But Martinez, you knew that was only a matter of time. Unless they're some kind of loyalist to the Terran Empire, or perhaps old blood, there would need to be something to be given. Nothing is free. Today is the day where you've found out that they're calling in favors. This middleman, who just calls himself M, he has reached out to you guys again and requested a meeting point. The meeting point is at a location called the Kravasak Nebula.
Have we met M before?
No, but M has helped facilitate all of the drops.
Have we seen what M looks like?
You've had one face-to-face communication with him, and he shrouded himself and used all the tech to like blur his voice to obscure his identity. A few times he's employed what looks like it's not hologram tech, but he's been like altering the image on the screens. The nebula that he's asked to meet you guys in, it's not a Mutara class nebula. There's nothing particularly special about it. In fact, the gases in this nebula from your computer databanks inform the crew that the only thing this nebula is good for is just masking whoever's inside. It's a nice little hiding spot, but it doesn't serve any particular other purpose. There's no interference, but it's a good sort of cloak and dagger location to have a meeting.
Okay.
The message that's come through has simply read, "The Lady needs your help. If you want any further supplies, we need to agree to a face-to-face meeting. I will have more information in person, and the coordinates to the meeting site." Right now, y'all are in deep space, somewhere within what would be modernly known as the Klingon Empire. That space stretches all across the quadrant now, but the Audacity is laying low. You're in orbit behind a small moon near the magnetic pole to sort of dodge sensor readings. And we start with Martinez looking at the communication coming through your computer, your desk computer.
Am I on the bridge or am I at my...
You're in your ready room.
Am I in my ready room?
Yeah.
All right. Captain to Janelle.
Yeah?
Need you in my ready room, now.
Yeah.
Shh! Door opens. Janelle, would you like to describe yourself as you walk in? Since there is noticeable differences between your mirror character.
Yes. Janelle does not have crutches, because the Battle of Wolf 359 did not go down the way that it did in Prime. So they are non-disabled, but in place of those crutches, they do have two tongpa on either side, at their hips.
At the hips?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So grab when ready. And
All right.
there are definitely no other weapons
Okay.
visible.
So Janelle steps into the room.
What do you need?
I swivel around my computer. Get a load of this shit.
So we have what reason to believe this is genuine?
None. And it's stupid if it is.
Couldn't agree more, sir. Marvel upon marvels.
But, and I hate to admit this, we're desperate. We need to make sure that the First Lady keeps supplying us when we need it.
Or she's been taken, and now they're trying to use her to get to us. Which do you think is more likely? All of a sudden the terms change? Come on, that means the circumstances have changed. Don't be stupid.
It's true. The game has changed, but the players are the same. Unless they're new players. In which case, shit. Well,
This is asking for an ambush. It's not worth it. We can steal supplies we need. We can go back. It was hard Scrabble before, but
Janelle, are you backing down from a fight?
I'm fighting smart. Live another day.
Good. That's good. That's what I thought. The way I see it, this is gonna go one of two ways, like you said. This is either a desperate cry for help in the Alliance's space out here when the only people that can answer this call. M knows that and is finally calling in that favor that you knew was coming. Or this is an ambush. In which case, we get to kill some Klingons and we get to kill some Cardassians. For the Empire. The way I see it, it's a win-win at this point.
It's a win-win till we get shot out of the sky. At a prearranged coordinates, this isn't just like picking them off like we usually do. This means that there will be better numbers than we are equipped to deal with.
How do we get an advantage?
When they pick the time, they pick the place, they know the circumstances, we don't get an advantage. This is walking into a death trap. Supplies are great, benefactors are great, but let's be honest. We knew something smelled off about this. We knew it long ago.
Alright.
This is a whole nother kind of rotten. I don't like it. I don't think we should do it.
Alright, it's not that I don't value your opinion, but I want a second one. Captain Atalan,
Yeah.
in my ready room, now.
I wait for 2 minutes. And then I get up very slowly and walk over to the ready room door.
All right, you walk past. I'm gonna. No, you two would be in your station. So, and you. Okay, yeah. Nobody else from the original crew is on the bridge right now. So you're gonna walk right into the ready room. A few minutes pass, and the door opens, and Talon walks in. I'm going to go ahead and announce that we just hit 3K.
Whoa.
Start that warm-up sketch.
Whoa.
Holy shit!
You guys are amazing.
All right, guys.
That is
start
amazing.
Was
making
it
empire rolls.
goatees at 4K? Was that what it
It's
was?
goatees at 4K.
Okay, let's go team.
How about
That's right. We're going to have to come up
We
with a
should do a
5K.
5K.
Yeah.
I have an idea. How about in lieu of drawing a goatee on, because I know...
That doesn't work for you.
You'll get one right in the middle of your forehead.
no, not... Can we do like little... Is there like construction paper or
Oh, like
something?
a felt,
Yeah, can we...
felt goatee?
Little goatees on a
I
stick
don't
or
know.
something?
I was not prepared for this.
That we can do a...
Some form
If
of goatee.
someone gives those supplies to
Yes.
me right now, I will
we can,
do that.
We can Minds and Craft
Minds
it
and
right
Crafts on Shield
Nice.
tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Now. Yeah.
Shields and Crafts.
Anybody got
Shields
a
and crafts.
straw and paper?
I
We do
might
have straws
I
in
might
the-
have-
As
What
you
are you, the
MacGyver
crafty
this.
MacGyver?
All right.
Yep,
So
straw, paper,
I might have construction paper in my car
and Sharpie. That's all I need.
that I can send somebody to go and get.
All right, Talon, you step into Martinez's ready room.
Took you long enough? What, it's been like 2 minutes. What the hell happened?
I just liked seeing you riled up.
God damn it, Talon.
What is it, you big
Get a load of
dummy?
this shit.
Ah, the lady.
Yeah.
Huh. Feel like I've heard that name before.
Yeah, it's the First Lady. She's been supplying us.
Yeah, that's right.
And the middleman, M, sent out some sort of
Ambush.
Ambush.
or a distress call or something.
Ambush.
Is that what your Vulcan logic's telling you, Talon?
If we see it as anything other than an ambush, then it will be an ambush. The probability of it being a distress call is very slim. Do you think they would trust us with their lives? I don't think so.
Unless they were desperate. But I'm not disagreeing with the both of you.
If they're desperate, then they're putting us in deep shit. This lady can get photon torpedoes if she's desperate.
Right.
How bad?
We're not in position to deal with that.
Yeah, how could we help? Why would we help, and how could we help?
She got turned.
So are we gonna go in and have our guns blazing?
We could help because the ISS Audacity is the most powerful ship in the galaxy. Slice through anything.
Don't you want to help the Empire?
Stop making fun of the Empire, okay?
Oh, you humans.
The Terran Empire is gonna make a comeback.
Humans.
Oh,
Exhausting.
All right, it's fine.
No idea what you're talking about.
of me.
Oh, Sax has come up with a
touchy.
great idea for 5K.
Okay.
We will permanently name one of the shuttlecraft after the donor.
Because we need a new shuttlecraft
We need a
anyway because
shuttle
the other call is
anyway,
gone.
So
Boom.
we'll name a shuttle after a
good.
donor.
5K in a shuttle.
Wow.
A Q&A episode.
Ooh,
Another idea?
Yeah,
Wait,
I want to
what
do
In the
was
that.
regular
Q&A
episode
episode.
slot, we would do a Q&A
6K
episode.
Q&A.
That'd be great.
That's great.
And Sax, this is gonna. Sax is suggesting that we possibly do a Dick and Johnson crossover.
Oh, snap. I've been wanting to I wanted to play that game forever.
God.
Yes.
Britney Spears is already on the ship. Ready?
Oh my
and
God.
Elton John.
I want to do this.
And Mrs. Claus.
We'll discuss that one, but that one could be pure demented, like a one-off. Like, all right.
Look, Janelle, we've been over this, all right? I put up with you, a Trill, because, I'll be honest, you're the most lethal killer I've ever met. And Talon? Well, I put up with you because of my hero. My childhood hero. Spock. He was right, you know. He was right. His timing wasn't all that great, all right? He was correct in knowing that the Terran Empire would eventually fall and crumble, and it did. It's just a few centuries off, that's all. But he was right to want to bring stability to the Empire. Do you know what it was before Spock? It was barbaric. It was ruthless. It was pointless. It was stupid. But since Spock brought forth those ideas, that cool, steely Vulcan logic, well, I'm not gonna lie. I got a thing for Vulcans. I do.
Clearly.
Yeah, right. You wish. Yeah.
Where is he sitting?
He's across the desk from you.
I get on the desk and just lay and just go like this in front of him.
Okay.
So, Captain, what were you saying?
We need some ideas. We need some ideas.
Humans are such idiots.
Humans offered the galaxy order, and we still will provide it.
All right, so what's our plan here?
Let's see.
We can't back down from this. If we do and word gets out,
Cut your macho.
it's not my macho, it's our reputation. If the Audacity backs down from this, we're done. In this
human.
quadrant, in any quadrant.
The human carries the entire weight of his entire species on his shoulders.
No, you don't. Whatever, who cares? I don't care.
So we cannot let him lose his pride.
If this is done right, there's no reputation for this at all. If this is done right, this is a quiet meeting. This isn't going to be a quiet meeting.
If this is done right, then we get something in return.
That's some Vulcan logic I can agree with.
All right.
Captain,
That sounds good to me. So you're saying that we...
we demand demand that we be compensated for entertaining the thought of meeting with this person, disrupting the flow of resources that we currently have.
I like that.
So what do we need? Or what do we want?
All right, way I see it, this goes down a couple ways. If it's smooth, it's smooth. We figure out what Ems, as the First Lady, wants. We go on this desperate, heroic mission and probably die in a blaze of glory. Woo. Or there's something to kill. And we build ourselves a little armada.
I want another ship.
Another ship.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that!
But not just another ship. Let's be honest, if we get another ship, Janelle, you're out of here. And that's yours. So before that even happens, before you even think about it, I want you to swear your loyalty to me. To the Terran Empire. You do whatever you want, but you still answer to me and us. Otherwise, I won't reach back to M. Can you do that?
I swear, I will answer for you.
Alright, that's good enough for me. It's probably a lie, but I'll take it.
Do you want me to get the bird out of the brig?
The bird out of the brig. You think they'll be of any use?
We'll need sensors.
We're gonna be in a nebula. We need it.
No one can work the sensors like Lark.
Alright. I don't know if she can be trusted.
Can any of us?
No, but I can pay you. You answer to money.
Can't pay us for much longer.
Alright, figure out her price and then recruit her. Tell her she's on board.
Cut to the brig, where you are leaning up against the wall behind an energy shield, as you have been for the past 4 days. Across from you is a Tellarite who has been a prisoner of the Audacity for the past few months. He has exquisite technical engineering skills. He was a bit feisty, the way Tellarites are when you guys first press ganged him, but after a few serious beatings and some reprimands, he's learned to shut up. However, it's affected his ability to perform his job, and so he is constantly getting in trouble. He is on his last strike and sitting across from you. You've never really learned his name, but judging from the look of his face, there's really not much of a point to learning it. He's probably not going to last much longer on this ship.
Nah.
But you can see him clearly across the way. And the security officer who's standing in the brig, who has a knife on him and the standard phaser at his side, is going through, looks like roster assignments. It's quiet.
Yep. They put me in timeout a lot.
Are you talking to me? He looks over at you.
Oh, hey. You're not looking too good.
He goes back to his data pad.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking. I thought it was the other guy talking. I thought you were. I thought that's who
No,
it was.
the Tellarite is not saying a word.
Oh, cool.
That
never happened.
So the Tellarite is in his cell
Got
across
it.
the way,
Got it.
and the security guard's between the two of you.
Yeah, because
And
I was about to say
sort
he's
of
never
like-
said anything to me.
No, the Tellarite is up against the wall, kind of curled up like this.
Yeah.
And no, he does not look good.
Yeah.
He looks like somebody played with his skull.
He cannot take a punch.
Jizz. Punches. Yeah.
All right, so the security guard was the one who said that to me.
Yeah.
You gonna let me out of here? It's been 4 days. Last time they've only kept me in at 3. I wasn't that bad.
Are you serious?
What do you mean? Am I serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Just open the damn door. Let me out of here. Come on.
Fine. He walks over to the door. Oh, wait. No! How about instead I send an electrical discharge into your cell and fry you? Get you to shut up. I don't even know why you're on board this ship. I don't know why any non-Terran is on board this ship. I should take a knife and scrape that right off your nose.
Janelle will get me out of here.
Janelle will get you out of here. Janelle's likely to knife you as much as they are to get you out of here. About that point, the door goes shh, and in walks
Speak the devil.
Janelle. And the security officer, upon seeing you, stiffens and looks straight ahead.
Yala. I've got it in here.
Nods. And then moves off. Leaves without a word. Just walks out the door.
We only have so many crewmen left. You can't keep stabbing them, Lark.
He was in my way and wouldn't move. I was on break. I was in the galley. I mean, whatever. I just wanted a drink. And he wouldn't move. I asked him twice.
You should really learn to shove harder.
Stabbing's easier. I bet you he'll move next time.
Well, we'll see if he's moving by the time Dr. Tristan's done with him.
Let's go ahead and use that as a cut to sick bay. Tristan,
You have mad scientist here. Please say you have mad scientist. Yes! That's all I
Tristan,
want.
as you're running the scan over this crew member, it looks like it looks like the artery was. The artery was easy enough to repair. The blood loss was significant. He'll be out of commission for the next day or so. But you've managed to salvage this particular crew member.
Told you.
It's been frustrating because he's taking you away from your pet project in the other room. After you've finished the scan across this human, he just looks up at you and says, I need to get back to my duties. If the captain finds out I've been in sickbay this long, he'll have my head.
Listen, you'll be done when I say you're done, all right? I'm the doctor around here. Now shut your mouth.
Sorry, sir.
I'm gonna take a hypospray of some experimental liquid that I've been working on.
Okay.
It's a synthetic adrenaline. The biggest complaint I've had in my sickbay of people being tired, can't perform their functions, and so I wanted to make something to kind of pep it up, but like instantly.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna take a
Walk over.
hypospray. And
Pick up this syringe-looking like hypo spray. It's got a bit of a cone at the end of it. Not quite the delicate one that we know.
right. Tell me again you want to get back to your duties, but mean it this time.
He looks you in the eye, and you actually see a bit of zealotry burning in his iris, and he says, I want to get back to my duties. You see the veins begin to pop in his neck, begin to pop out of his forehead.
I'm scanning to get the results.
His heartbeat was 90, and it's jumped to about 120 in just a few seconds. And you just see his muscles surge. There's almost like the red in his eyes begins to pulse. You see the veins look like they're trying to get away from his eyeballs. They're pulsing so much. And he sits up and...
How do you feel? Tell me.
I feel good. I feel real good, Doc.
Get out of my sickbay.
He steps down and kind of walks out. He's walking out with a deep knife wound. He should be another 3 days on that bed, and he walks out.
He wasn't using that renal artery.
Yeah.
I told you it'd be fine.
I've done it.
Okay. Close it out.
Record the data.
You estimate maybe 3 or 4 days before he dies. As you move into
Great data.
as you move into the next room, you go back to your pet project. Okay. The doors open, and you step into the room. He's looking quite miserable today. The extensive hair growth, typical of Klingons. The facial beard has begun to cover the most of his face, and his eyes have rolled into the back of his head. The sanguination of the Klingon has actually been quite productive. It's helped you create those adrenaline shots. The Klingon respiratory system and circulatory system have remarkable adrenaline-like properties. One of the things that, besides the fact that they have an incredibly durable skeletal structure and redundant organs inside, the fact that they're able to channel so much adrenaline through their bodies further increases their resistance to damage and pain. Leaning over this Klingon, Kven, you look into what his eyes they can't focus. They're just kind of rolled up into the back of his head, and he mutters something as he senses you're nearby, but he's restrained.
I'll start examining his eyes and flashing into it, scanning.
Pupils are dilated. He's probably vaguely aware that someone is there, but it's going to take him a while to regenerate the lost blood that you've been using to synthesize your hyposprays.
Yeah. He's finally in a state that I want him in. Not so dangerous now, are you, Klingon? What are those secrets inside that ridged head?
Pencil for you, Kven.
Oh, my sweet. Yes.
Are we aware of that? Or is
Yeah.
that a secret experience?
Oh no!
Also.
You're.
Yeah.
The first-
Congratulations, we hit 4K.
We hit 4K.
Yeah.
Yep.
We hit 4K. Oh my god, we hit 4K.
Get ready, guys.
I'm ready.
It's not even 8 o'clock.
ready.
It's 7:58. We hit 4K.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
Whoa.
Jeez, you guys.
You guys are amazing.
All right.
I feel so bad that we're playing so mean. They're bad.
No, they like it. I mean, they're saying no, but they like it. You all like it. You like it.
Whoa.
You like
It's
it.
cathartic, I think.
Um,
A lot of rage.
we're gonna cut down to engineering now. Telex, the engineering staff is clearly the most underappreciated workforce on the ship. You keep the weapons powered, and the weapons, the phaser banks on the Audacity, pack a tremendous amount of firepower, and they're constantly needing to be fed energy from the warp core.
Yeah.
The amount of combat you've all been through has run you and your team ragged, and you've actually kind of bonded with all the humans that work with you. And they have, too, in turn, have accepted you, as all of y'all have been bleeding and sweating together, patching up the hull, getting the power systems back in line, making sure everything is functioning the way it should function. And it's at this point where one of the crew members comes down out of the Jeffries tube, puts the latch back into place. He walks over to you. This is one of the few non-humans that's on board the ship. A very mousy blue Bolian who doesn't talk to anybody but you. He keeps his head down. The other Terrans around here do not appreciate his presence. He's able to. The humans are able to look past you because you at least look like a Terran, but Zadis is offensive, and no one likes to talk to him. There's been a few instances where you've saved him from being beaten half to death, but the truth of the matter is he understands the warp core, and he keeps working. And he approaches you, and he just says, "Yeah, the regeneration cycle of the dilithium crystals."
Hang on. And I take him over and grab him by the shoulders, and I'm like, all right, when you talk to me, look in my eyes, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look in your eyes.
Voice.
Voice.
I want to hear it. Got it?
Louder.
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 Look me in the eye.
Look you in the eye.
Loud.
Loud.
What?
The dilithium general crystal. It's they were working now. I mean, they're always working, but they're working better now. I
Right?
got them working better, sir.
You feel better?
No.
All right. You're doing good.
Okay.
Now I got work to do. Get back to work.
Yeah. And he moves away.
I want to look
and
if anyone's watching us.
Somebody glances over, but he gives him a wide berth and immediately lowers his eyes and goes back to one of the consoles.
I want to listen to people.
Okay.
Around.
You watch this guy, one of these crew members, one of these ensigns, as they, I guess he'd be an ensign, but one of the lower ranking, like below decks crew members, watches this Bolian walk by and ponders how much trouble he would get in.
Ponders how
The
much
surface thought you get is, I wonder how much trouble I'd get in.
I'd get in.
That's what you hear him thinking as Zadis walks by, and he just
And
watches him.
which ensign was this?
It's a gentleman that's standing over by one of the wall consoles, and it looks like he was basically running a diagnostic on a shield emitter.
Hey,
He stops and says, "Yes, ma'am."
got a report for me?
"Yes, ma'am." He takes the pad and walks it over and hands it to you. It's half complete.
You're supposed to have this done 2 hours ago.
He was working on the dilithium chamber. I couldn't do it.
I'm not asking for excuses. I know we've been working hard, but I'm gonna need you to focus, okay?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything I need to know about this report before it's finished?
No, ma'am. Just that the shields have been constantly taking a pounding from all the action we've seen lately.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. We're working. I know.
But I'll make sure that the diagnostic's complete and soon.
Good. As you were.
He catches it and goes back to the wall. And at about that point, you guys all hear the chime summoning for a senior staff meeting.
All right, you know what to do.
We're gonna go ahead and just move this along, so we'll cut to the senior staff's meeting room on the bridge. This is not. Don't
senior
think of
staff?
this, huh?
Am I senior staff?
Oh yeah, you were an operative for the senior staff, so you're kind of in on it. The room here, the officers' lounge here, is much smaller than it would be on the Intrepid class. And the table is not, the luxuries of the modern starship are not available here. You just see a metal table sticking out of the ground. It's got that Klingon feel, but a Federation look. So it's kind of got this metal, like chrome look to it. This long table going up before a view screen and a tactical display of the immediate sector on the center of the table being projected upwards. And chairs lining the table. Captain taking a seat at the head of it. And you're all gathered around. And you do notice that Lark takes a seat at the table. He wasn't here before.
I walk in with Lark. I have my arm around her. We've had our discussion on the way up.
Hey, welcome back.
Thanks for letting me out of timeout, Captain.
Well, that wasn't me. That was all Janelle.
I know.
So you can thank them.
Thank you, Janelle.
Lark. Great. Quick question. Does anybody else know about Klingon?
Yeah,
Experiments?
the crew is all very aware that the doctor has a toy.
Don't get sick. No one gets sick.
Everyone's aware that the doctor has a toy and that he has been running some interesting genetic tests.
Janelle is not paranoid about the sickbay. Janelle is right about the sickbay.
Yep.
Mirror
No one
universe,
go to sick
Janelle is
bay.
correct
Yeah.
about the sick bay.
No one get hurt.
First things first, Dr. Tristan.
Yes.
How's your little experiment?
Listen, I told you when I began that I need space, I need time, I need privacy. Okay? You constantly nagging me is not going to speed up the process.
The other thing you need apparently is excuses. Take all the time you need, bud. All the time you need. The longer you take, the more I have to report to the rest of the Terran Empire about your failings.
Listen, I'm successful, alright? Nobody else has a captured Klingon. I've done that. We've done that. Let me do my job.
Don't forget you work for the Terran Empire. Just like we all do. Second thing, Mala.
Yep.
How's that How's that Bolian down in engineering? How's he doing?
He's coming along just fine, Captain.
Coming along just fine? That's it? I hate that guy. I hate that stupid Bolian. Seems so stupid.
Bolians are useless.
Thank you, Talon. That's what I'm saying.
Actually, he's a lot better than half the crew down there. Thank
What
you
was
very
that? What was that, Mala?
I said he's better than half the crew I got down there.
Sounds like we have some pretty useless crew down
No,
there.
what it means is we've been run raw because we have had barely any time to refit or upgrade or repair half the ship.
What it means is we've got some bad leadership down in engineering. Get your shit together, Mala. Don't you roll your eyes at me. Get your shit together.
My shit's just fine, Captain.
Oh, I highly doubt that. You think your shit don't stink? Well, it does. It stinks like shit.
Wow, Captain's having a bad day. He's real gravelly today.
Why are we here?
And at about that point, you guys hear, Captain, we have a transmission coming in, sir. I can't locate the source.
Put it through.
You see up on the view screen, you see a hooded figure. Very familiar looking hooded figure.
Well, if it isn't our old friend, M. I recognize that silhouette anywhere.
Hello, Captain Martinez.
Where the hell are you?
Well, we'll be working on that, hopefully, pretty soon. I'm happy to tell you who I am. In person. Are you or are you not going to come to the arranged coordinates?
I am.
Good. We will be there in the next 24 hours. I look forward to seeing you there.
We'll be there in 23. Close it. Out.
Not with the way she flies.
Just cuts the channel.
What was that?
Nothing.
Bajoran?
Nothing. Talon.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I'm sorry, we're going where, Captain?
Ambush.
We barely had any time from the last battle we were in. What are we doing?
Don't worry about it. Just keep those engines purring. That's your job. Alright?
Yeah.
Where we're going, I have my reasons, which I will explain to you in my own time. So just do your job. The people that need to know.
And my
know.
job is to tell you when we're not ready to go into an ambush. You want to keep your ship running? Make sure it doesn't blow up because our shields are only at half mast, okay?
You challenging me?
I'm not challenging you. I'm asking what we're doing if you don't know or aren't willing to tell us.
Oh, I know. What we're doing is we're going to a rendezvous point. And Talon's already set up the route and how long it's going to take us, right, Talon?
That's right.
So if you have any issues with your shit-ass engineering crew, you can take it up with Talon.
Would you like to take it up with me, Mala?
Actually, I believe that I might have an answer to your problem. You're saying that the crew is not performing up to standards?
Here we go.
They're performing fine. They're just running a little ragged.
I believe I can help with that. Yes.
Yeah,
I have them come through my sick bay, one at a time, and I'll perform the procedure to get them up and running.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Mala, next time you have any crewman in engineering not living up to the standards that you're setting, send them over to sickbay. Send them over to Dr. Tristan, okay?
I'll just tell him to take a nap.
Yeah. All right.
No naps needed on this ship.
Quote of the night.
I need a drink.
Yeah, is this meeting done? I gotta go prep my crew now.
Yeah. What are all you still doing here? It's done.
So, setting course then? What's the plan?
Let's get the hell out of here. So I get up and leave? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're done.
As you walk out onto the bridge, the crewman sees you coming, swivels out, and moves away quickly as you take your seat at the helm, sliding into the controls.
You're getting us killed for your pride. I hope you know that.
I'm assuring the legacy of the Terran Empire.
It's only a legacy if there's someone around to hear it.
Am I hearing any of this or no?
Well aware.
If you're on the bridge, are you guys still in the?
That's like, you know, the walking out
the
of the ready
side.
room.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
an aside.
That's an
Yeah,
aside.
yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. You guys take to the bridge. All right. So you lay in a course.
Yes, I lay in a course.
All right.
Do I have to roll or anything? No.
No. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and build some momentum. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
So yeah, let's go ahead and make. This will be a computers and con check.
All right.
Difficulty 0.
Computers?
Computers and
That's
con.
for Audacity.
Setting the course.
For you, it's
Oh,
something
yeah,
else.
for me.
Yep. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's for the Sally Ride. I'm
For the
sorry,
Audacity.
Sally Ride.
Audacity.
The Audacity.
Audacity.
The
How-
who?
Do you
The
have
what?
Audacity?
I'm surprised I haven't made more mistakes than that, to be honest with you. Okay. So yeah, for you, it's going to be this is going to be control and con.
All right. 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah, and if I use a talent, then it's 2 crits.
Okay. Then go ahead and rack yourself up some
I am
momentum.
unbeatable.
Who do you think you are? Ensign Sage? Back off! Back off my helm,
difficulty?
woman!
What's that?
What was the difficulty?
Difficulty was 0, so that's 4 momentum, you guys.
Oh man.
But a complication from Audacity on our way to this ambush.
Ooh.
Neil.
I'm gonna bank that.
It's the ship.
I'm gonna bank that.
Yep.
Oh, there's that
okay.
crit we love.
All right. So
no.
Audacity turns to port, plotting a course, and jumps to warp. Sure enough, 23 hours later,
We're nothing if punctual.
you arrive at the nebula, just on the boundaries of the nebula. Who's at sensors?
Me.
You. Go ahead and make a check.
What am I rolling?
This is, oh yeah, you're not used to this. It's reason plus science.
Oh, what?
Yep, reason plus science, and Audacity is.
Oh,
using
I did the
sensors.
back.
Sensor
I did
science.
things
Oh,
backwards.
gosh.
Huh?
I did it wrong. I did my character wrong.
Lark is like, all right, let
Do you
me
want to
use
use
sensors.
Talon's
Oh wait,
numbers? Since
Wait. Well, I'll just switch what I was.
Yeah,
What I was
switch it.
supposed to do.
that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't
I
rolled
do
any.
not
Yeah.
command. What are you switching?
What I usually use for Lark.
do
Oh.
you want to use? Do you want to
Yeah.
use
No,
mine
it's
as
fine,
a
I got it.
reference?
You good?
That
okay.
makes more sense. Oh, okay, see now I understand. I get it.
Yeah, Audacity is going to use computers plus science.
Okay. Well, I'll fix.
I'm
this
sorry,
later.
sensors plus science.
So I'm using reason and science, and
And Audacity is using communication. I'm sorry,
Okay.
computers and science. Sensors.
What's the
bloody
difficulty?
hell.
I know what I'm
Bloody
doing.
hell.
It's all
what's the
good.
difficulty?
Difficulty here's 2.
2. I'm gonna just take one of these guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is.
All right.
Fun fact: Audacity's sensor science is as bad as Sally's weapon security.
It's because I shifted around some of
Oh,
the
that's funny.
Well,
Yeah, the
I
irony
got
sense.
3 successes.
3 successes.
That's cocked. And that's a success.
All right.
4
Of course.
successes. So,
Audacity's doing all right in the momentum department.
okay, let me.
That was a mixed bag, given that.
All right. So coming out of warp.
Also, real quick, I just want to throw this out there
Yeah.
for the remainder of tonight's episode. If none of us could check in with the others when we grab a momentum, it's mirror universe. So let's just, if you want a
Take
momentum,
it.
just take a
Yeah.
momentum.
All right. If you want
You're
momentum,
right.
take
Why-
it.
But
Not
you
only
didn't-
that,
and you
Lark
didn't-
wouldn't even ask.
You didn't ask us. You were like,
Yeah.
I'm going to take
Oh,
this.
that's right. You're right. Never mind. I did it right.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all following.
How are we doing on donations tonight so far? We're at 4K still? Anybody? We're just under 5K.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing!
Wow.
Oh my
guys are
god,
amazing.
you guys, this is crazy.
gotta set some more
Crazy. Y'all are
levels.
Yeah,
amazing.
what was the 5K?
5K was they get a shuttle named after them.
Yeah, 5K, we're gonna name a
6K
shuttlecraft.
Q&A, and it
6K
was
Q&A episode.
7K Dick and Johnson crossover.
USS Sally
Let's
Ride
go.
will get a shuttlecraft.
Let's go, y'all.
Wow.
All right.
Man.
Make our
so-
captain do really
That's
wacky
amazing.
things.
You guys are incredible. All right.
All right, sensors. I did this thing. What did I do?
Okay, so you rolled how many successes was that?
4 total.
All right, so I'm going to tell you what I tell Talon when she is rolling for sensors. If you want to know more information than what I'm about to give you, you have the option of spending momentum to ask more questions for it.
Great.
All right. The moment Audacity comes out of warp and enters the proximity of the nebula, you do a standard sensor sweep to look for possible
Threats.
targets. Yes. You aren't detecting anything definitive, but you do detect the presence of what could be an energy signature somewhere within the nebula. About 60,000 kilometers within the nebula itself.
Captain, they might have beat us here. I feel there's an energy fluctuation right over there in the nebula. Could be a ship, could be nothing.
We need to know what it is.
Yes, we do, Eric. We need to know what it is.
Obtain
Can I have more information?
Yes. What would you like to ask?
Is it the ship?
Is it the ship?
Are you using a momentum?
Are you burning a momentum?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, I am.
Well, you don't know what the ship is, but you are detecting the presence of what looks like a craft, yes. Possibly a small frigate located within the nebula.
Captain, there's a small craft up ahead in this nebula, but I'm not sure if it's the one we're supposed to meet.
Is it
Should we-
Klingon?
If it's a frigate, we
Is it
don't care what it
Cardassian?
is. If it's not what we're looking
I
for, we
cannot-
can
I
blow it out
can't-
of space.
If you want
what
to burn
it
more
is?
momentum,
Really?
if you want to ask more questions, get
All
more
of a sudden,
information.
I have a studious talent that I would like to use.
Right.
But
Nah.
seriously.
But seriously.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I mean, we need to know. What
I-
ship is
I-
it, Eric? What kind of ship is it?
What kind of ship? It is not Klingon. It looks like an unregistered civilian freighter.
No, we need to take
I relay that to the captain.
Okay.
Captain, it's not a Klingon ship. It just seems like an unregistered.
We just hit 5K.
Hold on, I'm gonna break the bit check for a second to go.
Yay!
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I have to do Amy.
Welcome to
Oh,
Shield
yeah.
It Tomorrow, where we
Amy's
get to act
dead.
like assholes for a good cause.
Okay. All right. Distraction dance is done.
Oh my
and
gosh, that's so rad.
Sage is gone, and
Bitch back.
Bitch Bird is back.
Bitch bird.
Saying swears.
I am. I am. This is Mirror Bonnie. I'm a sailor.
I'm sorry. So hang on a second. All of your years of espionage and being an assassin, and that's the best you could tell us?
Okay, Captain. Let's put it this way. I wasn't an assassin. I was trained to be one, thanks to your people. But yeah, it wasn't really my thing.
She can't do more than your sensor suite on this ship. It's shit. We all know it's shit.
I'm
because
sorry,
we
Captain.
want good guns.
I
It's a
gave
trade
you.
I made.
I gave you all the information that this Audacity metal lump can give us. There's nothing. No assassin training is going to train me to tell you anything else.
All right. I guess I was expecting...
It's a ship, Captain.
Guess I was
If you want me to
expecting more
kill
from you.
someone on there, then yes, I can do that.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Let's go in, find out if it's something we want to kill.
Take us in, Talon.
All right, I need you to make. This is going to be a piloting check.
Okay.
Isn't this fun? Switching.
So,
It's
guiding.
weird. We're the bizarro versions of each other.
I know. When you
So-
said re and science, I was like, oh shit, I didn't do this right.
So,
I should have asked you.
guiding the Audacity in at impulse power. So go ahead and make your roll. This is going to be a control con check. Difficulty here because of the nebula. It's going to be 2. And
Engines con for us?
Audacity, yes. That's correct. Yeah.
We're down to 2 momentum.
3 success, 1 crit. One of them crit.
Damn.
And another one from Sally.
You
Or
guys
from
are
Audacity.
knocking
Difficulty
it-
2?
Knocking it out.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Wait, so the
back up.
difficulty
So
was 2?
3. Yeah, we get 3.
Hell yeah.
Momentum.
Back up to 5.
Roll
Okay.
momentum.
Nice.
Good, we need it.
All right.
Nice course planning.
Let's
Thanks.
see. Okay. As you guide the Audacity into the cloud of the nebula, on the view screen, you're beginning to watch these pinks and purples pull away from the view screen as she slides through them. Eventually, you begin to see dark shapes take form. It looks like some space debris, a few chunks of rock here and there as y'all float past. But the fuzzy light emanating from the Audacity begins to give you all a better view of some of the... you passing out the mustaches?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, did we do?
I know he
Gina-
doesn't. You don't need.
Yeah, he brought his own.
Yeah,
He came prepared.
Crafty DeVivo just made
You
us
ready?
all
Yours
all
is coming next.
Yeah,
Mirror
get your
Universe
screenshot.
mustaches for everybody.
You guys ready?
Well done. I'm going to give. I think we should all give Gina a slight applause for that
Yeah,
one. That's
lovely.
pretty amazing.
Gina DeVito, you were eternally amazing.
That was pretty amazing. I feel so manly.
As y'all move through some of the cloud, the distortive effect of the clouds begin to give way to what looks like a blinking light source up ahead, which of course is like the fog lights of any kind of ship in sort of a nebula. And sure enough, as you approach it, it does look like an old junk freighter used for jumping around. It looks like an old civilian with browns and dark golds. It's about half the size of the Audacity. It has no weapons or shields. It looks like it's just literally a transport. Sensors are detecting life forms on board.
Or
Are.
Talon, can we hail them?
open hailing frequencies.
It's the hailing frequency.
Okay. You hear an acknowledgement of the hail, and over the speaker you hear a voice saying, "Well, there you are. 23 hours.
Just like I said.
We're ready to receive you whenever you're ready to beam on board."
Are you making a face because of the wording, or just because of the?
Because it's a dumb idea.
Okay.
Fine. I can kill them on the ship as well as I can from here. Let's go.
Okay.
Talon, let them know that
3 are going to be beaming aboard.
3 are going to be beaming aboard.
Understood.
Who else are we taking?
Talon.
Ooh, field trip.
Oh, great. You don't want to take the assassin? Fine. That's fine.
you need to stay here on board and work on your sensors. So.
Request to come along, Captain.
Request denied.
Damn it.
You just got out of the brig. Don't you miss your station?
No.
I walk by Lark and I lean over. I said, "There are important things that can be done on this ship, Lark." And I leaned back up and said, "We need you here. You gonna stay here?"
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Lark, you have the con. Oh, we're gone.
The doctor's like,
Officer.
really take that on.
I can't hear you over the sound of Kaven screaming.
Sharpening your surgical knife. Should I take the con, Captain?
Everyone report to sick bay. Captain's orders.
Everyone report to sick bay. Move along to the turbo lift.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident in my choice.
Yeah.
Lark, you have the con.
At least
all
I'll
right.
kill people one at a time, not all at once. Thanks.
You, so the 3 of you are beaming over to the transport? All right. The glow pulls away as you beam on what's a very darkly lit transport. And at first, that instinct kicks off. The moment you step onto this transporter pad from the beam, for a split second, it almost looks like Klingon. One of the things that you all know about Klingons is they like it dark. Klingons are not fans of cold weather or bright lights. And the atmosphere in here, the first thing you notice is the darkness. There's a lot of shadows being cast all over the place. The second thing you notice is either they're having an environmental malfunction or someone just likes it warm, because it is very uncomfortably warm in here.
It's up to you, I guess.
For those of us, to give you a better idea of how warm it is, think of LA last week.
Yeah.
Like stepping out, it feels like it could be about 95 to 100 degrees in here Fahrenheit. So the moment you beam in, this sweltering warmth hits you. And you see, standing in front of you is a Gorn. A very large Gorn with optical implants on its eyes. Scars all over its body, and you're not sure what the bulky object is on its back, but it's big enough and heavy enough that it's caused this large 7.5-foot Gorn to actually hunch a little bit.
It's like a backpack or something? What
It
kind of
looks
object?
it's strange. It looks like it's covered in some sort of thermal blanket of some kind, but it drapes down across his back and almost down to his feet. And then there's a large, bulky leather strap with trophies adorning it. Some of those trophies you
Adorning
identify.
the corn.
Adorning the Gorn. Some of the trophies on the baldric, the leather strap that's going across his great reptilian chest, they vary from different species. But they look like various bones. Few of them definitely Klingon. Few of them definitely human.
Also, if it wasn't clear, when we three beamed aboard, we have a ton of weapons on us.
I had a feeling y'all were probably armed.
To the
It's
teeth.
just the Gorn. And the Gorn, as you all beam aboard, this thing just looks at all of you and says, "Welcome aboard."
Huh. A Gorn. All right. Sure. Take us to M.
Follow.
I think he wants us to follow him.
The door slides open, and again, heat as you step through. He leads you down into a hallway where you see a couple of civilians walking by. And by civilians, I mean people who look like they probably stepped off of a mining colony. A lot of them are just dressed. A lot of them. What was funny is not only did you look at each other in unison, but you desperately tried to cover your mouths to keep them from falling off in unison. It was the dramatic attempt to stay serious is what sold that.
I didn't want to wreck it.
I love this so much.
I want to try.
Anyway.
Very serious.
Lots of reds and green lights all through in here. Strange technological noises as you hear. A lot of the civilians are walking by, kind of looking at you, and you see members from every race. Ferengi, Klingons, humans. The Klingons, by the way, do not look like they're the warrior caste, or they don't look like they're particularly interested in offering resistance or starting anything with anybody. In fact, as this Gorn walks by, it's sort of the Fezzik effect. Everybody moves. And he thuds past. You think this Gorn probably weighs close to about 500 pounds as he's thudding across the deck plates. Turns a corner. You guess this ship probably has about 5 decks. It's about that size. As he enters into the bridge area, which doesn't even have a door, he steps up onto a couple of stairs where you see a large center dais where a chair swivels around, and you see a hooded figure as you all step on board, and he stands and pulls his hood off, and for the first time you see the Orion known as Zazaret standing on this dais with
And you didn't take Lark. Come on, this was my moment.
It will
his eye patch looks like he's an Orion. He has metal, this sort of like gold plates that are pretty typical of the ceremonial attachments of someone who serves the Empress, attached to his skull, along with the slave collar. You also see an eye patch with 3 wicked scars, almost like maybe the Gorn clawed his face at one point. It's hard to say, but half of his face has been torn good, and the eye patch looks like it's been drilled into the skull and is fixated over his eye. And as he stands up, he doesn't seem to posture or to offer any kind of resistance or challenge, but he does stand as you all enter and says, "Welcome aboard, Nameless. Sorry, it's probably not what you're used to on that incredible little warship of yours."
No, other than the heat, which I think my Vulcan friend doesn't really mind here, it's not so bad.
The heat's taken some getting used to.
Take it you're M.
I'm in. You can call me Zazaret. It's my real name.
Don't take this the wrong way. You are the ugliest fucking Orion I have ever seen.
Stupid, ugly Orion.
I don't know.
Jeez.
He has a bit of a sexy look to him.
Really? Are you serious? With the collar and the... Come on.
He looks tougher than you do, Captain.
In truth, I take it no insult from the fragility of the human race. I'm pleased I offend you.
Yeah, well, you really do. I mean, jeez. You are haunting. Ugh. So disgusting.
You've seen nothing yet, Martinez. Nothing. The lady is on board, and she wishes to meet you. And for free, because you've been so good for business. I'm going to offer you a piece of advice. Attitude and posturing with me is fine, we do that. But for everyone's sake, mine included, I suggest you treat her with some civility and deference.
Great. Well, piece of advice received. I'll just flip it around and send one right back to you. Don't you ever tell me how to live my life again.
He looks up for a second, and the Gorn looks over at him, and he just shakes his head and says, well then, I suppose we'll just, and then you hear, and then on sensors, who you are manning the sensors, you have detected, go ahead and make a roll. Let's see what
Okay.
you know, because their ship alarm is going off at the same time.
Reason
so let's
science?
find out. Yeah, it's reason science. So go ahead and make a computer science roll for Audacity.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty here is 2.
All right, I'm just gonna take one for
Lark is
old
taking
time's
one.
sake.
One for my birdie. And one more for the roll.
All right. Ooh. I got 1 success.
And one more for me, so we make the roll.
Great. I rolled very badly.
So you got it?
Yeah,
We did.
You got it.
All right.
I was drinking, so I wasn't paying attention.
Miraculously.
What were you drinking, incidentally?
Yeah.
Straight whiskey,
Yeah.
Soda.
not cream soda.
Not cream soda. Lark, as you look down at the computer, you put the whiskey down and kind of lean in. You see 4 energy signatures gathering outside the nebula. If you want more information, you're gonna have to burn.
Yeah.
We know
But you've
exactly
detected-
what this is.
Well, actually, yeah.
we know exactly what
Yeah, never mind.
It's true.
Lark to captain.
You hear that just as somebody on the bridge, Zazret's bridge, goes, "Captain," and then you hear Lark to captain as the alarm begins to go.
We've got company,
Yeah,
and it's not the good kind.
those would be the Alliance tracking us.
I look to this Orion to see what he's doing.
He doesn't
See how
look.
he's reacting.
He doesn't look particularly worried. He says, "Have they detected us? There's no way of telling, Captain. They're not moving inside to the nebula. They may not know we're here yet." Zazret looks back and says, "Your ship has a better chance of detecting whether or not they're arming."
Is the Sally in the nebula right now?
The who?
I mean, sorry.
I'm so guilty of it that I.
Yeah, judge it unless you
I
can
know.
judge.
All right.
Is the Audacity in the nebula?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Audacity is about 800 meters off of the port bow of this little frigate.
I sort of turn around as if I'm like taking a call, and then like and I want to keep things private, so I turn my back
Sure.
to the Orion,
Okay.
while still kind of making eye contact with my crew people, and I turn around and I go, "Lark, I swear if you get that ship so much as a scratch on it, obviously put the shields up. Obviously send out a decoy. That trick seems to work pretty well. So send out a decoy. Do what you can do."
On it, Captain. Shields are already up. I'll get not Rin. Sorry,
Mala.
Or
Just call
Mala.
her Mala.
I'll get Mala to start working on that decoy for you.
We,
I want a bit of an insight check
Sure.
on why Zazret's so calm.
Go ahead and make this check. This will be our last check before we go to break.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my classic insight as butts.
All right.
So the insight difficulty is going to be contested roll, so difficulty is 1.
All right.
And let's check Zazret.
Nice.
And
Okay.
Nice.
reroll for cautious.
Okay.
All right. 1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5.
You beat him by 1.
Wow.
So the difficulty was 4.
Yeah, because
So I
he
get
rolled
one
4
momentum
successes.
We're up to 4
Um,
momentum.
Yep. Yeah, I just earned it back.
He seems confident.
Right. Yeah. I was trying to get insight on like why he's not freaking
Why he's
out.
not? You don't know
That was the
why,
roll.
but he seems to be pretty comfortable with the odds.
That was not what I was.
Does that
hoping
mean
for
we
from
get
this
one
roll.
more momentum back? Because you.
What
won
I
over?
mean,
Yeah.
that's all you can get with just his lack of reaction to the news. but you're not getting that he was expecting this, if that's what you were going for. It doesn't look like he knew that this was going to happen, but it does look like he knows that he doesn't have much to worry about. And that's where we're going to go to break. So I've got a few things to announce before we cut loose real quick. So first of all, where are we at with Mason?
55, 96, 38.
55, 96, 38.
It's amazing.
Good God. Sheila
You guys are
Tomorrow
amazing.
fans.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Yeah, 6K Q&A.
That'll be a fun
I'm
episode.
excited. Yeah. Oh, I want to do a Q&A.
So I've been asked to remind folks to head over to the Twitch chat to win a reward. Is that correct? Yeah. So that's where you're going to be going to do that. Also, I'm guessing y'all are in on this, but I've been told
that was the
so this is a steep goal, but if we can hit it, it's going to be freaking amazing. But at 10K, the library bards will write and sing a Shield of Tomorrow theme.
Please do this for me. Please do this for me, team. Come on,
That
crew.
would be
I need this
amazing.
in my life.
Oh my gosh.
We could just
Please,
give that to you
yes.
guys. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So
Please,
we'll-
please have it.
Wow.
Please, team.
that would be
please.
incredible. It's a
That
hell of
would
a
be
goal.
amazing.
We got half the night to raise 5K.
But we're only
I mean-
halfway through the show.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys have been blowing our minds
Yeah,
tonight.
that's
So
crazy.
retweet, let
Oh my
everyone
gosh,
know
thank
that there
you.
is a fundraiser going on for Puerto Rico. Thank you so much for your help. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon. These are open. Welcome back, everybody. We've been trying to collect ourselves because of the incredible amount of goodness and happiness that you are showering down upon this charity. We got contacted by them during the break. We were so happy to hear from them. They're watching in amazement as you guys are blasting our goals to pieces. We really thought that 2K was aiming high. We were like, I don't know. Let's throw these incentives, and you guys have just stomped. The people of Puerto Rico, I know, would be grateful, and as well as Jose himself. Who will probably has Modifius has requested that we clip a piece of the show so they can show it to him. Because what we're doing tonight will also directly help him. So this has been pretty amazing. So I'm going to give some quick information before we jump back into the game. So because we've unlocked three more giveaways, this is how you enter in Twitch chat for the ultimate lockbox.
My ultimate is ready.
My ultimate is ready. That's as close as I can get to Darren DePaul. It's as close
None
as I
of us
get.
can ever equal Darren
Nobody
DePaul in
can.
any dimension whatsoever.
It's true, and I've looked into the dimensions.
He's
I ran Doctor Who,
unparalleled.
and I did not see. I saw a Kellic, and that was it.
Mirror Darren's amazing.
Yeah, he's
These
the
are the
narrator
three
for
words
Saga of the
to
Sundry.
enter into the following for the shuttle to get yourself your name as a permanent shuttle, which I cannot guarantee that the crew will not crash because I don't know
I
what
can
it is.
guarantee the crew will probably
If I'm
crash.
flying, we'll be okay.
Lark will be flying the shuttle, but to get your name,
Tell that to the Zazzle.
go with
Shuttle.
ultimate.
That's true.
Ultimate now, and then we're gonna do art and then shuttle after. Watch chat.
Sax has headed me off. So instead, we're going to do ultimate first. So use the word ultimate to join into the drawing for the ultimate C-Store giveaway for Star Trek Online, which is the big, oh my god, like
Not
giveaway.
hashtag.
Not hashtag. Just
use
tap
the word.
just the word ultimate
in
to enter into
chat.
the Twitch chat. So if you're on Alpha, just make sure to head over to the Twitch chat and type ultimate before heading back into
I'm
Alpha.
doing it right now.
And hi to
I want
everybody on
the
Alpha.
ship.
How's it going? And then we're doing the other two later. Is that correct?
I do it now, but we have to do one at a time. I can't do them all at the same time.
Okay, so we do it now or what?
Do you have a winner for ultimate?
Vanderpike won the ultimate giveaway.
All right, so we already got a winner for
Congratulations,
ultimate.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the next
Vanderpike
one.
won.
Go Vanderpike!
Yay!
Who did? Who won?
Vanderpike.
Vanderpike won?
Yeah.
Wow, that was fast. Well,
the-
congratulations, Vanderpike. You just unlocked every freaking ship
Oh my
in the
goodness.
C-Store on
That's
Star Trek
genuinely
Online. And I want you to know I am
You are
viciously jealous of you. Viciously.
I'm kind of
I have spent so much money on that
Well done.
game. I have
next,
spent
art?
so much money.
Yeah.
How do we do art? What's the word for art?
What do you want it to be?
Oh yeah.
Art.
Art. So type the word art
ART.
into Twitch chat now. Type the word art into Twitch chat now to enter into winning a piece of you drawn by Hector. We'll draw guess their character, perhaps, or
I'll draw you, or I'll draw a character from Star Trek, or I'll draw you as a character from Star Trek, or I'll draw you as an original Star Trek character, or I'll draw one of us, or I'll draw all of us, whatever you
there
want.
you have it.
Wow.
So
Oh my
go ahead.
gosh.
Hang on, I need to get in Twitch
I'm just gonna
chat.
say this.
Yeah, right?
If you don't know what Hector's like, check out the picture he did of Talon. It's fucking rad.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's so good.
It's my
I'll try to
favorite- it's my favorite drawing
retweet
I've
it
ever
now.
done.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm just gonna to hesitate for a second before we jump back into the game, as we get the winner for the art. That the ultimate thing came pretty quickly. So you are all so serious with your mustaches.
Do you have a winner
with
for
your
art?
with your
I
goatees?
accidentally typed fart.
Okay.
Does that count because it has art in it? Art.
I'm a fartist.
God.
Speaking of art, the Mirror Universe fan art should happen, I feel.
Mirror Universe fan art.
All of our fans.
I think we all know.
Please.
Oh my
I
God, she
request
shaved.
Badass
Shaved your face
whiskey
off.
drinking Lark.
I'm pro at all things. Growing and shaving.
But
The
without
fan
the
art.
goatee.
Oh, there's gonna be Mirror Universe fan art. We all know.
I just
I
There's
can't.
love
gonna
my
be-
Mirror Universe banner. Thank you, Caden Coronado. It's so
yes.
cool.
Also, I'll
Awesome.
throw this out there. If there's any Mirror Universe Captain Martinez fan art, it would be cool to draw this, but also sleeveless with just huge
Some
arms.
biceps.
Just
There you go.
big
Sleeves
old-
are
Call me
bullshit.
BA biceps.
Do you think Mirror Martinez
Crush
lifts
the whole game.
So real quick, let's go
yeah.
ahead before we
Heavies?
jump back into the game and we name off winners. Let's do a quick recap for. So we were talking. So we hit 5K. We were coming up with a couple of other awards for the other. If we can hit 7K, we're real quick. Do you guys remember what our rewards were? Because we were kicking around ideas of things. we would
6K
like to do.
Q&A, 7K Dick and Johnson crossover.
Okay.
Right.
And then
8K cross
To
that
be
bridge when we come
announced.
to it.
TBA. 9K
Yeah.
to be announced. 10K, maybe we have something.
yeah. So 10K, we're talking.
yeah.
So the ultimate
figuring
goal
out what
here is
happens
that
between
10K. At 10K, the library bards are going to compose and sing and do a theme for us.
I'm excited.
For Shield of Tomorrow. Not the theme of the show, but a theme for the show that will
Right.
become.
We already started spitballing.
We're already,
It's gonna be
like,
already
good.
doing it?
We're already like in our minds.
The winner of the art contest is Fran Lingham.
Framlingham.
Fram?
Thank you.
Is that
Fram Lingham.
It sounds like Sim speak.
It does sound like Sim speak. Well, Fram Lingham, we have your username. So Hector, you're gonna get a piece of art from Hector.
That's amazing.
Yeah, let me know what you want.
So
I'm jealous of that one. Like that's
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's that? So we'll just do this.
Dump shuttle.
All right, so the so you're gonna get a piece of art from Hector, and then here's the last giveaway before we jump back into the game. To have a shuttle named after you on Shield of Tomorrow,
Possibly
and it will be appearing for the rest of the game so long as no one crashes it or blows up.
Until someone.
In which case, we'll have like a Star Trek
funeral.
II Wrath of Khan funeral for it. But go ahead and type the word shuttle into the Twitch chat and enter yourself in for that one. We're having to do this all at once because you guys, again, just just smashed through all of the goals at incredible speeds. I should have known better to. I mean, think about it. Star Trek fans and Geek and Sundry audience, like I'm silly for thinking that this wouldn't have happened. Like the goodness
I
is
have an
just.
idea for 8K or 9K.
Oh, what's your idea?
Before we get to Library Bard song, what if we set up a Star Trek either movie or episode or episodes watch along?
Oh, the goatee is falling off.
We
That's
can't
amazing.
obviously we can't play it picture in picture, but it could be one of those things where like hit play on
Start
Netflix now.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
can watch
Yeah,
a
yeah.
thing. Set
we'll-
that up for later.
Yeah, let me check with Sax, but that actually sounds great.
That sounds so
Sounds
cool.
like fun.
That sounds like what we could do pajama party.
Yes,
I have a Star Trek onesie.
Oh my god.
There are such cool Star Trek pajamas on Think Geek.
I have
I'll totally get
Yes.
those.
Time to
I have a
Already
Captain
planning
Kirk bathrobe
pajama
that
party.
I'll just wear.
Do a watch along. That's pretty rad. I would love to do a watch along.
But
That'd be
first we're getting
super
into
rad.
Q&A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is that, 8 or 9?
Oh.
I don't know.
That's
we'll have
8,
to figure that
and
out.
then we'll figure out 9.
Okay.
But first we have to get to 6K Q&A.
Yeah.
I know, it's true. It's true. We're just so however far you guys want to take this, but I know the people of Puerto Rico are really appreciating it, guys. Thank you so much, so much for everything you're doing. Yes.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
From the heart, thank you so much. This means a lot to me. A lot of Puerto Ricans on the island and just across the world, because Puerto Rico has a big diaspora. A lot of us are hurting and our hearts are hurting. And so this means a lot to me. didn't want to cry tonight, but I already cried earlier, so I might as well do it on camera. So thank you so much. This is huge. This is major, and I'm so happy to be a part of this family and Geek and Sundry family and Alpha and everything. So thank you.
I'd hug you.
I know. I hug you, but I literally get my brain.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you. God.
Sorry / thank you.
So yes, thank you. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. Disney's gonna sue us.
They'll sue us first.
God, I love that soundtrack. Moana's just, I love that soundtrack so much. That
So
might
back to
be,
where there are like 4 ships that are like trying to get up.
Oh,
our butts
yeah.
in the nebula.
Captain.
well, before we jump back in, I'm gonna check in with Denova right now.
Shuttle.
Who is it?
Legantus.
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 Ooh, Legantus.
Great name.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Doug
Okay,
decided what
everybody,
the real name.
Legantus, you are going to get, so we'll get your information, but we are going to name a shuttle after you. It'll be on the USS Sally Ride. You and I are a piece of Shield of Tomorrow's history. Yeah.
And they get to
Yeah,
pick
man,
the
I
name,
get my
right?
shuttle.
Yeah,
So even though we
Legantus, if
just
you want to
said-
pick the name.
We just said Legantus and it sounds so cool. What if they're like, it's gonna be called
Philip.
Steve.
Fart Booger?
Fuck,
We'll have to do it.
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
We're going to get trolled.
Yeah.
Fart Bugar.
Fook Bugar.
Forte Bugar.
Ancient Vulcan ritual.
It's a
Fart
French-
Bugar.
It's a French shuttle.
All right.
Sally Ride's Shuttlecirk is overrated.
Yes, we just got confirmation. We will do a watch along at 8K.
Yay!
So we could do
Well,
a
that's
watch
so
along.
exciting. That sounds
Oh my
like
gosh, please get to 8K.
That's
I wanna work
amazing.
with your
I would love to do that.
I would
We'd
love
have
to
to
do
choose
too.
which one.
Yeah.
I feel like the go-to is Wrath of Khan, but I would love to watch First Contact with you guys. That would be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's my
And it doesn't
birthday.
have
to
Well,
be-
Lark Sage.
Is there really?
It's Lark Sage's birthday.
Yeah.
First Contact is one of my
Day.
favorite.
Doesn't have to be a movie too. It could be like
We could do a Lark Sage
watch like
birthday.
60 episodes, yeah.
You sure did.
We'll
true.
figure it out
two-parter
when we get to
episode.
8K.
We'll figure it out when we
Let's
get to
do it.
8K. Let's go ahead and jump back into tonight's episode as you guys
Yeah, those are
continue to shed light on the world.
All right, back to Bitch Bird.
All right. Okay, guys, stop being incredibly grateful and idealistic about the wonders of humanity, thanks to our audience, and get back into
Everyone
everything
sucks.
sucks.
We hate
Karens are
everything.
Everything sucks. Mankind is all right.
All right.
Hold on, let me just look at my news feed. That'll do it.
Mala is the most well-adjusted
Yes.
of our universe, merry universe.
I'm just gonna
You
look.
know.
I'm just gonna look at my news feed
Janelle
here.
was right
This is-
on
already.
Yeah, this is doing the job. Yep. Okay. Cool. I'm ready.
All right,
All right. Okay. So
we have company.
we do. 4 signatures have been detected outside of this nebula. The sensors on this freighter have not been able to penetrate the cloud to actually detect any detail coming off of the ships. The Audacity is doing a sensor sweep. You did successfully scan. Did you decide not to? You decided not to spend any momentum.
We knew
to-
who they were. We knew we had 4 ships.
We took an
coming after us,
educated guess rather than spend momentum.
What do you think it is?
It's the 4 ships that are
2
doing
Vorcha,
it.
2 Galar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what we were.
That's what we're thinking.
So to give you some
Math is hard, but we
to
did
give
that.
you an idea of what a Vorcha class is. Vorcha class are the workhorse battleships of the Klingon Navy. They are the Klingon equivalent of a Galaxy class in firepower and strength, except for they're designed for war, whereas a Galaxy class was more of an exploration vessel. So Vorchas are deadly, and up until this point in DS9 timeline, the Nekvar hadn't come along yet, so the Vorcha was essentially the flagship of the Klingon fleet is a Vorcha. 2 of them outside the nebula is frightening, and 2 Galor classes as backup escorts. Those are frigate class Cardassian vessels, and while they don't have torpedo launchers, they are still with 2 Vorcha at their backs. It's just not what you need right now. Where we left off was an insight check on Zazrit, who did not look particularly concerned about this development. He also doesn't know what the ships are, just that 4 vessels have been spotted outside the nebula.
We also don't know.
Huh?
We also don't know. We're all just making educated guess.
That's very true.
Oh, we know. I mean,
But you also notice that Zazrit hasn't actually bothered to inquire, which is a further deep dive into the insight check. It seems like not only is he not really intimidated by the prospect of 4 enemy ships showing up, but he just doesn't even seem to care. But you, like I said, from the insight check that you definitely got that he wasn't expecting this.
Right, he wasn't calling them down on us. He isn't part necessarily.
You're
of an
not
ambush.
getting the impression that this was a planned. This was a planned attack of any kind.
Oh yeah. It's warm in here.
I will say this though.
I forgot.
I will say this. With an insight check like that, I'll go ahead and give you this. When Zazrit speaks of the lady, you get a hint of fear. A hint of genuine fear in the form of perhaps awe. Like perhaps he is awestruck of her.
Well, Zazrit, I guess before we have some more uninvited guests, should we go and talk to the lady?
Perhaps the lady would be willing to join us in case we need to man battle stations. If there are things to kill, I want to be in a position to kill them.
The sooner we get this over, the safer my crew will feel, the better off I will be.
You don't seem too worried.
About the ships outside the nebula?
Yes.
I'm not.
Why?
Because I know who's on board my vessel.
I like that. I can relate. All right, well, let's get this over with.
All right. He looks over at the Gorn and says, "Take them down."
Wait, the Gorn's the lady?
I just nudged.
You nudge the captain, and Zazra says, "What?
What? Shut up.
Take them down." The Gorn
Humans.
walks past you. Meanwhile, back on the Audacity, those 4 vessels are at the perimeter of the nebula, and it looks like, from what you're getting on sensors, Lark, that they're spreading out into a search pattern, but none seem particularly interested in entering the nebula. But it does look like they're entering into a... I would say, you know what? I would actually say make a... we're going to do an insight command check.
Okay.
So go ahead and make that check now.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty here is 3.
Yeah. I'm not even asking.
Well, you gotta at least announce it.
You're watching these vessels
I
take a
did.
perimeter as they maneuver.
She doesn't ask, she tells.
Oh.
Please tell me there
Yeah,
aren't
but just-
complications.
I'm just gonna go down to engineering. I got a complication.
Okay, you just hit your comm unit and shout out to the ship. I don't know what I'm doing up here.
No, I wasn't.
I don't know anything.
No, I was gonna do that before, but then you said to make a roll.
Yeah,
I was gonna make, because
Okay.
the captain told me to make a decoy.
I'm going to bank that threat.
Of course you are. So I don't
Okay.
think anything of the ships.
So you get on.
Yeah.
You don't even have to use your badge,
Yeah.
but you call down to engineering.
Lark to engineering.
A little busy down here. What do you need?
Yeah, we're gonna get more busy. I need you to make some kind of decoy or something. The captain wants to send something out. There, we got company. These ships out there. I don't know if they notice us or not, but we're gonna try and get them off our tail.
A decoy for 4 ships?
No, a decoy for our ship. 4 ships are out there. We need to pretend. We need to convince those 4 ships. Look, just make a fucking decoy, okay? Jesus. Over and out or something.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it in my chest.
It's not even a badge there.
I'm picturing Lark trying to.
Oh yeah, do we not have badges? No.
I'm picturing Lark trying to flip the table and.
I just grab my whiskey and just finish the
Down it.
glass.
Everyone's like, it's attached to the bridge.
All right, just make a decoy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, I was nice about it.
All right.
I don't like yelling at people. This is hard.
Do it more.
Do it.
Isn't it though?
Okay.
God damn it.
So, meanwhile, on board the vessel, you're in what could be charitably described as a turbo lift.
Next to the Gorn.
Yes.
All right.
This elevator though, this
Yeah.
turbo lift is not. It's not. They're used to probably moving bulky equipment from deck to deck, so it's actually pretty large. It's almost like a cargo.
And how good is a Gorn's hearing?
You could ask him.
Hey,
If you want to get a look at what he's got on his back, you could probably do something like that.
I have a question for the Gorn.
All right.
Hey, Gorn.
The head cranes. It kind of looks down at you.
Where would I have to pinch to take you out?
Ow!
It's strange looking at this reptilian creature. There's no facial expression, and it's hard to tell how it reacts. But you're getting a sense of why the word reptilian is used to describe something that's primal and difficult to comprehend. As it stares at you and the silence begins to stretch on, an answer doesn't come. So you're kind of left not sure how to interpret. But its head cranes back in the forward direction. You don't know if it was excited by that prospect or if it was... You just don't know how to interpret, unless you want to make an insight check.
Yeah, sure. My insight is not great, but...
All right, cool. Then I would say this is going to be an insight security check.
Insight security.
Yeah. Well, what are you trying to? What would you like to like? Are you just trying to? Is this more of like a seduction type thing?
No, it's just I don't know. I'm just bored.
Just
and
shooting the shit with him.
Yeah.
What would you like to know about the Gorn? Are you just trying to get a sense of who?
I'm sizing him up.
Okay, then yeah. Then I'm going to say insight security.
Okay.
Difficulty is 1, and it's going to be a contested roll.
Insight security. Oh, well, wait. Not success. And then a 2, which...
It always sucks when you don't have a focus, but you roll a number that should be like...
Yeah. Oh, actually, I do have a focus in intimidation.
Are you trying to intimidate him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to, yeah.
Okay.
I want to, like...
How many did you get?
I got 1 crit, so 2 successes.
1 crit, 2 successes?
Yeah.
Okay. Talon, there's no other way of describing this except for that behind those optical sensors that he has attached to his eyes, you suddenly feel like you are a helpless animal staring down the gullet of a predator. And a menace begins to sort of feel, you all can feel it in this elevator as he looks at you. He got 4 successes. So he basically stares you down instead. When you say that and his head cranes and you get a good look at those teeth, there's no ego at all. There's no ego, there's no posturing. It's literally reptilian in nature as he stares at you. It's like a crocodile who's seen a zebra at the water's edge. And it stares at you for a long second, and you're not sure what's keeping him from killing you right now. And that is when the chill goes through your spine, and just as you feel like something might happen, he turns back and looks towards the door.
I guess he's never been nerve pinched by a Vulcan.
No, probably not.
We all know who wins that one, Talon. It's not
The
you.
door begins to open up, and the heat comes in.
What's on his back? I want to look at his back.
Okay.
Closer.
As before I give you the description of what's on the other side of the door, go ahead and make a check here. So this is going to be, you're trying to, I'd say make a reason security check.
Can we make this?
Huh?
Can I make one of those too?
Yeah. Are you trying to also discern what's on the back?
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead. Difficulty is 2.
I'm not even really gonna do a big deal about it. Okay, I got 1.
I got a crit, so 2 successes.
Okay.
So just made it.
You're not sure what this thing is. Janelle, it looks like some kind of... Yeah, it looks like some kind of big piece of bulky equipment that he's probably carrying, or maybe it's a life support thing. Martinez, you think you've seen one of these before, but you're pretty sure that's a piece of artillery. Perhaps a Gatling gun? You're not sure, but it looks like it's some kind of multifaceted barrel disruptor rifle. You can get a good look at like barrels peeking out from underneath it. This guy is probably carrying the equivalent of what Billy had in the movie Predator. He's got a huge rifle strapped to his back that has spinning barrels, and it looks like it's been attached to him for some time.
I just look at it,
and it's just covered in a blanket. This
Yeah.
Gorn has the capacity of laying waste to a battlefield, and it looks like he never takes it off, judging by his posture. This thing probably weighs close to what he weighs. It was probably torn from the side of a hull of a small assault shuttle and is being used as a personnel weapon. It's also completely useless in close quarters. One of the things you noticed about it is if he did get this thing mounted up and ahead of him so to open fire, it's not going to do... It'll fill a hallway with death, but it's not going to save him necessarily.
But if there were anybody on the ship actually capable of using that thing, well, it's in the right hands. It's in the right reptilian hands. I just look it up and down and I go, son of a bitch.
Yeah, he is a punishing creature.
And then just follow him if the door's open.
When the door's open, you all see a change. He stiffens back. Again, like that reptilian reaction, that sort of primal reaction. But watching him, that menace that you felt before evaporates as you think you see his right clawed foot slide back a few inches, almost as if he doesn't want you to see how badly he does not want to be near the doorway. But you watch as the door slides open, and the three of you see something you have never, I'm stressing this, you have never seen this before. But down the hall, the first thing you notice, aside from the eerie green glow, are the strange clicking sounds and buzzing noises emanating from all over. Black cables run along the floor, the ceilings, and the walls, and green light shines down through cat grates from above.
What?
And you watch as crew members walk by, clad in all black, with limbs that are far too long for what they should be. One of them turns in your direction as the door opens, and you see the Gorn take another step back, this time not so subtle, as a red light from its left eye shines in your direction. And it stares at all of you. You can hear this noise emanating, and across the hall, almost as if it's emanating from the speakers overhead, you hear a female voice say, "Welcome." And the Gorn says, "Go," and points, almost as if he wants you to get the fuck out of the elevator so he can leave.
Okay. All right. Captain Rafael Martinez, here we go. Rafael.
Oh my god.
I'm like, what's up? And I slam the shoulder of this thing in front of me with its red eye. And just keep walking past it.
Looks like it probably was once human. Clad in what looks like cybernetic technology. All blacks, grays with green lights and red lights flashing. The skin of this creature it's only visible is the face, which is almost a paper white. Like it's been dead for a while.
I noticed that, and I kind of look him up and down, and I'm like...
Looking him up and down, you notice the exposed brain on the upper part of the cranium that has a small plexiglass styled like dome protecting it, and cybernetics injected into it. And it as you clasp him on the shoulder, it does not react, it stares at you. But you see this left eye has been completely shrouded over with what looks like some kind of technological scanning device that juts out about half of, maybe 3 or 4 inches right out of the skull, and a red laser shining directly at the forehead of the captain as it turns and looks at him. And the three of you have no idea what the fuck you're seeing right now. You've never seen anything like this. And the heat in here is sweltering.
Just said I'm
And
Raphael.
the door is closing as you watch the Gorn pressing the button over and over.
Everything.
Captain. Smells like death.
Yeah, it does. I just said I'm Raphael. I'm assuming that's the first lady, right? You're like...
You hear the woman's voice again. "Welcome, Raphael. I've been waiting for you."
It's not the first time I've heard that.
I just start walking forward.
You step over cables. As you move past, you begin to notice others in here aren't all human. You're seeing Klingons, Bajorans, a few races you've never seen before. All of them in the same similar state with various different cybernetic outlets and limbs until you reach the back area where it looks like a large cargo bay has been converted, where of course your characters don't know what they're looking at, but a lining of Borg alcoves all along the sides of both walls.
There are actual Borg, y'all. Of course I'm snapping pencils like no tomorrow. Actual fracking snapping
The
Borg.
stillness in here and the lack of response from these zombie-like beings is more unsettling than anything the Gorn could throw at you. And as you step into the room, you see stepping away from her is a woman. And it's exactly who you think it is. She is, as a player, it's exactly who you think it is. She is standing at the end of the cargo bay. This woman has an alien beauty to her, but she's quite inhuman. The upper half of her body is just a sheet paste white with a gloss of almost like fluid over it, but it's almost like glistening with sweat, perhaps, but a complete paleness. And the back of her head, cables running out into her spine.
Yep.
Janelle is weirdly attractive.
And she
She looked good.
seductively
She looked good.
moves one of the other Borg aside and steps forward, and she says,
First of all, tell me that we get the whole thing. We get the
She comes
thing where the
dropping
cables
down.
are.
"Nope, you don't get that.
No, we don't.
No, sorry,
Nope.
sorry.
Yeah,
you don't
Blown
get
my
that."
mind. All right.
But you do see this curious smile on her face as the three of you enter.
I'm not gonna lie. You are not who I expected, First Lady.
I'm the one that has been keeping your vessel alive
Why?
because I wish to stay alive.
Who are we speaking with right now, other than the lady?
I am the Borg.
Borg. I'm sorry. I haven't heard of you. To
We've
which
heard of
race
you.
do you belong to?
We are all races.
Okay, that's very progressive of you, but no, really, like, which, where do you hail from?
Everywhere. We are all beings. We are the Borg. We also just hit 6K. Holy crap, we just hit 6K. So this incredibly creepy ass moment we just hit 6K.
Yeah, I'm gonna refill
so
my
well
pencils.
done.
The Borg Queen
I'm
said
almost
that.
out because Borg.
I'm blowing off pencil dust
I'm
over
hoping
here
we can
from
hit
Sam
8.
cracking.
I want to do that watch along so bad. I
There
hope
are
we hit 8K.
actual Gordon.
She begins to do what the way
Okay.
she kind of pivots
Very
to the
mysterious
left.
lady. I get it. I
She
get
moves-
it. Sure.
She moves closer to Talon, sort of like looking everybody over, like she's examining everyone, passing by and pausing at Janelle for a moment, and then moves back to the center area with the alcove, and she says, "Unfortunately, my time is running out.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's time that you and I work together for a better cause.
I love collaborating, if that's what you're talking about.
The Terran Empire has collapsed, and while your resistance is showing spirit, it is only a matter of time until it is crushed. The races of the galaxy despise humanity.
Sorry, you said you were the Borg, right?
She doesn't respond, she just stares at you.
I'm curious, the Borg. Why were you interested in helping the Audacity if you believe that the Terran Empire is going to crumble? I mean, why put your eggs in one basket? All of your chips on a lost cause?
She smirks and moves aside, and she just moves a little to the right and presses a few buttons on the wall where you see some Borg, like, strange language. Like, if you remember what the Borg sort of alcove information ducts look like, it's this green coating like system that's just streaming down, and she touches it and the whole room seems to respond as she moves. And she says, "How big do you like to dream, Captain?" You want to see the return of the Terran Empire? She motions, and you see at the center of the room this a hologram of the galaxy appears with all these pockets and boundaries, and you see symbols of all the governments, some symbols you've never seen before, spanning the entire Milky Way galaxy. She said, as the Borg, our space was grand and large. We encompassed more than half the galaxy. We were expanding. We were bettering every species we came across. But we ran into a foe that we weren't quite ready for. And she motions with her head, and you see this strange symbol pop up in one of the space out near the Delta Quadrant.
That's the Delta Quadrant.
They call themselves the Dominion.
Okay, we've got the Borg, we've got the Dominion. Are you keeping track? Talon, are you?
Of course.
Okay, great. Go on. Sorry. Go
The
ahead.
collective was not quite prepared as we should have been when we encountered the Dominion. And while our initial encounter with them worked greatly in our favor, I confess they are quite skilled at recovering from losses. There are not many of us left. I chose you because I know you wish to see the glory of the Terran Empire restored. I can bring you that. How would you like to be Emperor, Captain Martinez?
I'm not gonna lie, that would be awesome. It would be really, really fantastic. But I'm sorry, I still, maybe I'm not hearing it, but I just keep missing the part where you tell us what you want in return. I'm sorry, I keep missing that part.
I want what you want.
I doubt that. Look, it's not that I don't trust every race that I come across, but I generally don't trust every race that I come across. You said earlier that you better people? Well,
we bring people closer to perfection.
No. You can't do that. You can't do that to the Terrans. We're messy, we're complicated, we're flawed, but you're not going to better us.
Then perhaps I should be asking someone who has the vision for betterment. And she looks at both of you.
Oh no, see, no, they're with me. They've already sweared loyalty to the Terran Empire. Okay, because I can pay them money.
There is no Terran Empire, Martinez. There is only a Terran resistance, a rebellion. There is no empire without me. But I can give you what you need.
I'm sure you can give me a lot of things, but I don't think I need any one of them.
And what do you have to say? She looks at the two of you.
How?
We only wish to coexist. We can make you better. We can bring you closer to perfection, and your enemies will fear you.
What does that look like? I need specifics. I'm from Shaltool. We're the Show Me colony. Show me.
She motions, and you see that hologram turns into a free-floating view screen, almost like a portal into what looks like outside. As the hologram forms, you see the Audacity, and you see the frigate that you're all on, and she just stares at it. And Lark, you're on the Audacity.
I sure am.
Go ahead and make a sensors check.
Okay. I'm gonna do this. What's the difficulty?
0.
All right.
I'm giving you some momentum builds
thank
here.
you.
Yeah, let's build some.
Probably
Yeah?
have to insert
Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, we're coming up on 9:30. So if you guys have a chance, donate now. If you've got the time, if you hadn't had a chance to do
Any
it yet.
success? Chance.
Yeah. Got about
Watch
30.
along. Watch along.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, hitting the
It's
watch
okay,
along would be
guys,
pretty
okay.
rad.
I
We've done
got
great.
2 successes.
All right, so build that
and
up.
a 20.
Okay.
What?
You
These dice are not They don't.
The
They like
alert,
cream soda.
the,
Sage.
the alert begins to go off, and you hear dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. And looking down at the sensors, you see a very large ship approaching to starboard. On the image screen, it's nothing you've ever seen before. It's a little bit larger than the Audacity, but you've never seen a spherical ship before. And coming out of a cloud, you all see a Borg sphere just emerge like this dark ghost just. And she says, "Test me. There are 4 vessels waiting for you outside the nebula. If I don't help you, the Audacity dies here. But if you accept my offer, I can offer you the entire Terran Empire, and in return, all I ask is for the Klingons and the Cardassians. All of them."
How do we know we just don't end up like those?
She says, "Why would you wish to not be like them?"
There it is. There it is right there. All right. That's all I needed. We're done. No, we're done here.
I'd probably be notifying the captain.
You're hearing every time you try to get through to him.
Crap. There's a flying ball coming at us now.
You're going to need some kind of inner power boost or something to get through to him.
Lark,
Got the momentum?
your friggin' boosters are ready. You ready?
Hey, engineering. Guess what else I need from you?
What?
Can you boost up the communications, please? I'm trying to get hold of the captain. We got a flying ball coming our way.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Some sphere shit. I don't know. Just can you?
We have a ball coming.
Will you
toward us?
stop arguing
A
and
ball?
just? Yeah, I don't know. It's a flying ball. Can you just get the communications up so I can call the captain?
Could you please get off the public channel?
Okay, shut up, Doctor. Dr. Stannis, go back to your lab.
Yeah. Back in your lab.
I have something if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, please.
So I've had some time to develop some things, and I've tested a little bit of it already. So I have this now utility belt with a few hyposprays color-coded.
Are you Batman?
Yeah. Red, green, blue, and purple. And I also have the same on the other side, but in like spheres of liquid type of thing with a mechanical thing on top.
my God.
Okay.
And I'm gonna exit my sick bay, and I'm gonna head right for engineering because I need to test some shit.
Okay.
You do not make rainbows into evil, damn it! You do not do that!
You leaving behind a severely weakened Klingon patient who probably is not going to survive. You head down to
Got
engineering.
what I needed.
It was the sphere, right? It wasn't the cube.
It was a sphere.
Yeah, okay, good. So that made sense that I called it a ball.
we'll-
I need to roll anything.
But
yes,
it's okay because if
go
Michael
ahead.
Jackson
What are you
taught us
rolling to do
anything,
to boost
it's-
power to the signal?
Yeah, I'm
only thing that can
diverting
defeat
some
a
power
Borg
to
is
Yes,
the
go
power
ahead
of
and
the
make a
Borg.
quick
Make
roll.
decoy
Um,
We haven't rolled.
I'm gonna say make a control.
I'm also supposed to roll decoys, which we haven't.
Yeah. Did you
you
make
can
the
say
decoy?
Zadis is working on the decoy, but you can roll a control engineering check here.
Okay.
Where are we at on donations? Do I have a number?
6,052.92 cents.
6,500. That's fantastic.
6,052.
6,052?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, 6,052. That's just the fact that we hit 6K is just
I'm
amazing.
taking momentum.
Okay.
We're down to 3
so amazing.
momentum.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty here? Difficulty here is to boost. I'm gonna put it at 3.
Shit. Got this.
It's gonna be hard.
Is there a ship roll too for this?
Yes, Sally.
Oh,
yeah.
Sally. Audacity is definitely gonna help. So go ahead and use computers and
I almost
con.
didn't roll. I'm gonna find the dice tray.
So Sparky.
Tell me what you get.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh!
That's about what you can
Oh!
Was there at least one?
Oh, it's the bunched up face.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. What's? You should take a picture of that.
Is it 220s? Did you roll 220s?
No.
No.
What'd you roll? I gotta know.
16, a 20, and a crit.
Wait, so you succeeded?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
No, you failed, but you got,
failed.
and you got a complication.
And I got a complication.
Why? Difficulty was 3? Oh,
Yeah.
and we didn't get one from
We
the
didn't
dice?
get one from
Can
Audacity.
I re-roll?
Wait, do you have a talent that would do that?
Reroll talent.
Do you have technical expertise?
So if we hit 7K,
Yes,
we're
I
gonna
do.
do a Dick and
Yeah,
Johnson
technical expertise. Whenever
crossover.
using something with the computers or sensors, You can re-roll one die. Bam.
Okay.
So if we hit
That was a crit
7K,
and 16 and 20.
if we hit 7K, we're gonna do a Dick and Johnson crossover. And if we manage to pull off, the 8K, we're gonna do the watch along.
Yes.
Yeah.
All donations are going. This is
Got
so
it?
amazing.
Okay.
Retweet the stream, y'all. Get
Retweet
your
the
friends
stream,
on
yeah.
this.
She used her
successes.
technical expertise.
I'm sorry, one at a time.
Sorry.
Which one?
She used her technical expertise talent to re-roll the complication, so now we have 3 successes, so we succeed.
3 successes.
3 successes, no difficulties.
Okay.
No complications.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Beautiful.
You hear coming through the comms miraculously is. What are you saying?
Captain, will you answer? Hello? Captain!
Martinez here. I'm kind of in the middle of something, but go ahead.
Yeah, so are we. There's a flying ball coming our way. What do
Yeah,
you want
we
us to
see
do?
that.
Can you get Talon back over here to fly us out of this thing? We got 4 ships outside the nebula. We got this giant sphere ball. Do you want me to shoot at it? Can I kill it? What do I do?
I don't think you can, Lark. Can you lock onto our signal? Beam us out of here.
She can't.
Yeah, let me call down to engineering.
what was
She'll
that?
probably
You
The
hear her
board?
say she can't.
Who is that?
Take the
I hear
deal,
that.
Captain. We know these are 2 Vorcha and 2 Galor. We're not making it without her.
Janelle, what do we do if they decide they want us to become these death soldiers too?
Then we cross that bridge when we come to it, but we know we can't win that fight without her.
Okay. I made a decision. I'm gonna step closer to the board.
Okay.
Walk up to the lady.
All right.
I'm assuming she's up on some sort of a.
She's just standing in
Just
front
standing nearby.
of you. Unceremoniously just
She's not
standing
on
in front
like
of
this
you.
Iron Man rig or anything. She's just.
Just standing in front of you.
I have
I'm
a glass
going
of
to-
whiskey and I'm listening to this. Like,
Yeah, I've left the channel open.
yeah.
I'm going to try to pull my best Star-Lord and kind of walk over there
Oh
slowly.
God.
Okay.
Not the Star-Lord,
Walk
Captain.
walk up on the on Queen Bee here.
Bless you.
I'm going to look her in the eyes and say, it's pretty obvious that we're outgunned, we're outmatched, we're outshipped. Got something out there on your little PowerPoint presentation that's damn impressive, I'll give you that. It seems like we can help each other out. And then I walk even closer. I have a feeling that maybe we can work something out, the Borg. Can I just keep calling you First Lady? I like that better. Is that all right?
She doesn't reply. She
I
just
step
stares at
closer.
you.
Maybe you and I can work real closely on this to ensure the survival of both of our species. Heck, maybe we can even make a new one.
I opened this to the whole ship. I put
I
the
step
open channel
closer.
up to the whole ship.
I step closer. I try to make a move. I try to get up on the Borg Queen.
What are you doing?
Approaching her. A little bit of peacocking, a little bit. All right, puffing out my chest. But I'm trying to walk up to her, maintaining eye contact, saying everything that I'm saying, and trying to bring down her walls and let her know. And I'll say this out loud: if you let my ship go, I'll stay with you right here, me and you, and we can start planning things, serious things. Use my resources. You can use the things that I know, the things that you know, and I can promise you everything that you want. Like you said, maybe I can be emperor. Maybe you can be my queen. And then I put my hand on her back,
Okay. She doesn't resist.
and I lean in.
Resistances.
Yeah. And I lean in,
Pencil.
and I get real close. I get that hitch ratio, that 90-10, real close to the lips. See if she moves in. See if I can. See, what am I smelling? What is the Borg Queen smell like?
You smell cold.
God damn it! Really?
She
Just
reaches
no
up
warmth?
and places her hand on the side of your face.
All right, then I kiss her. I make my move
Okay.
right there.
You all watch. Her eyes don't close. You kiss her, and Martinez, you suddenly feel ice spreading throughout your face.
Throughout my face. Ooh.
And then you start feeling a muscle spasm in your back. And then your breath starts to get shortened.
I
I slowly pull back.
You slowly pull back, and as you do, you see on every fingertip are tubes pulling out of your skin. And she gently lowers her hand, and you watch Martinez suddenly, the veins in his face begin to pulse. Black, arcing green veins begin to elongate throughout the bottom of his neck.
Am I attached to her, or is she pulled away?
No, she literally just pulled
So she
these
planted
tubes out of.
something.
Yeah, when she touched you, these tubes went into your flesh, and you feel ice lancing throughout your body, and suddenly your muscles are not responding. It's almost like they're taking orders from something else, and you're kind of looking at your hands for a moment.
When I had my hand on her back, I placed a grenade there.
A grenade? All right.
Almost definitely.
Okay.
So I will fight using every ounce of will in my body to activate that grenade. And if I have to roll for it, I'll roll for it. But
You are going to have to.
You're gonna have to roll for it.
That was the plan. I'm
Grant you, the
activating-
whole ship is hearing this. I just
All right.
want you to know.
So here's what you're going to have to do. First, you're going to have to spend 2 momentum to create
Well,
that
no, but I'm
advantage.
saying-
Do it.
Did it. We are down
And now
to
it's a
one.
contested roll with the Borg Queen.
Yikes. Take that
Shit.
last momentum.
Yeah, I am taking that last momentum. We're down to 0.
You don't want
Zero.
to hear
Is there
it.
any assist that either of us could do?
I'm not doing anything.
I'll assist.
I'm watching.
Can
if
I
I can.
do anything to affect a contested roll or no?
Aside from.
You could add more threat to his magnificent pool for more momentum. for
Yeah,
another round.
I was going to say, aside from burning momentum, there's really not much more you can do with this.
All right.
Of which, by the way, I am burning threat here. I'm going to burn to get an extra die.
Yep,
How many are
Janila's
you at? You're at 3?
I'm at 3 dice.
I'm also at 3 dice.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, Captain. We loved you.
Fuck
Not
it.
really.
Well, however this ends
I
up,
tried, guys.
ballsy.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I've always wanted to make out with the Borg Queen.
Grenade.
Always wanted to use a grenade. Okay, here we go. Just
You got
okay.
this.
Humans. So stupid.
Oh, shit.
What was it?
Oh, no.
It's just a contested
Yeah,
roll.
the-
It's a
so-
contested roll, difficulty 1.
And what was I rolling with?
I can't tell if that's good or bad.
You're going to be rolling with. This is going to be.
Bad.
So this is basically going to be a control security check.
Control security.
If I had been planting that grenade, there's a chance you might live.
Cool. I got 3 successes.
Okay.
What was the difficulty
Nah,
again?
not
The
right.
difficulty was 1, a contested roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can.
Yeah,
get to
no.
movement.
No, wait.
No,
we-
it's net
No.
how much,
Oh, that's true.
which
Never
means
mind.
it's not happening
Yeah.
because
Never mind. We're probably
Borg
negative
roll
momentum
like
now.
holy fuck.
What'd you get, Alice?
I got a lot more than you did. Yeah. So, as you back away, the Borg Queen, she still has that sort of curious look on her face, but your vision, Martinez, is going. It starts to fading into black, like a black tunnel, and you start hearing hundreds and hundreds of voices in your head. You stumble back. You're watching. You don't know exactly what's happening to him, but as you see him hit the floor, all the veins in his body are now showing. All of them. He looks like green spider webs have just arced throughout all of his body, and you watch 2 of these Borg drones approach him,
What are you doing to him?
moving him closer to perfection.
Can I speak?
No, you can make noises.
All right, well, you
And-
have our captain, so what do we get now?
You see her gently reach behind her, and she pulls a grenade off of her back, and you see it go beep, zzz, just powers down in her hand. And she says, "If you serve the Borg, I will deliver you the Terran Empire. If you refuse, you will serve the Borg, and nothing else."
How do we know we don't become what he's gonna become?
She moves past and says, "I do not need more drones. I need an army. I need allies in this new quadrant. And I've been following the exploits of the Audacity." You're noticing that Martinez is starting to get quieter and more serene looking. It's like you're watching as his body is dying in front of you. She looks down at him and kneels down and caresses his face, almost like trying to usher him in. And Martinez, your world, the last of who you are, fades into a gray haze, and you hear only the voices of the collective. And you see only one face in those voices. And she just says, without her mouth moving, you hear her say, "Stand." And you watch Martinez just stand up. His skin pigment has immediately changed. He is not quite as pale as the drones, but he is ashen. Martinez, or what was Martinez, you have a semblance of conscious thought existing, but you are, for all intents and purposes, now assimilated into the Borg collective. Thousands of voices speaking in unison, and all of them seem to be saying, well, you can understand everything. Connected throughout a network of consciousness. The Borg Queen says, I have only one other request. The doctor on board your vessel.
Yes?
I would very much like to meet him.
That can be arranged.
Done.
She smiles and says, then let's destroy your enemies. And the two of you, Lark, as you are
I'm sitting there just listening to all of this.
Suddenly Janelle and Talon are standing next to you on the bridge as they materialize. Martinez is not with them.
Oh, I know.
The whole ship knows. You said you
the
were
whole ship heard that. So
BT Dubs, you also know we're handing you over.
Yeah,
because there's an open
I'm
channel.
Headed to the bridge.
Yep.
Oh yeah, whoops. Did you
Oh yeah, you were headed to engineering.
It's fine. I'm fine with this. Let's go.
I'm just gonna look
good, I'm
over
back
at
on the bridge.
Janelle and go, Captain.
All right. Battle stations.
Battle
We're about to have a
stations.
party.
All right. You see the frigate begin to pull away, leaving the opposite end of the nebula. And at about that point, sensors alert you all to probes being fired into the cloud from all four ships from angling directions, seconds before they identify all of you. It's all happening at once now. At about the same time all of this is happening, and Janelle, you slide into center chair. Back on the vessel, just before you go to red alert, this is what happens. Telex, as you are gathering your crew together to create this probe, you turn and watch coming into the engine room is a very sadistic looking doctor with handfuls of you don't know what. And as you get about 10 steps into the engine room, you see green just envelop your vision. And you find yourself standing in a wash of heat and green lights and black wires and technology. Just you're in the cargo bay with the Queen, who stands before you. And next to her is a very serene and focused looking Martinez, except he doesn't look quite normal.
This is fascinating. I'll go up and immediately begin examining him. What have you done?
You see, she doesn't immediately reply, but there's this appreciation as you approach Martinez. Martinez, for the Hector, I would say that Martinez, for a better lack of a description, what is happening to Martinez isn't just a standard. This isn't a standard assimilation. What's happening to you is similar to what happened to Picard. There is a piece of consciousness inside of you that's developing into a brand new Borg consciousness to operate along her side. Ooh. And you're beginning to feel it form. And you're beginning to feel purpose, razor perfection purpose a singular reason to exist in order to serve the collective and to assimilate and bring all races closer to perfection. And the first thing you're aware of is this creature, this humanoid in front of you. You're scanning through him. His body is being flooded with an unusual amount of cellular activity. It's almost like these other cells, this invasive cells, are now devouring, or perhaps assimilating the other biological cells and converting them into what looks like nanite technology.
This is fascinating. But what if we give him a boost? And I'll do the red hypo.
She just watches.
Yeah.
You put in the hypo spray, and she just continues to watch. As you watch as the medicine floods into his system, and you watch the nanites just.
Yeah.
It's almost just they just envelop it, and as you're scanning, nothing happens to him. She says, "You have a fascination with the biological."
Clearly.
Let me show you my toys.
Show me.
And the two of you beam away as you receive the command, assimilate this ship. And Borg begin to fall in line behind you and wait for your command.
The Gorn. He will be of great use to us.
He will make an excellent drone.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, you march forward. The Audacity and this Borg sphere emerge from the nebula like riders of the apocalypse, and you see two Vorcha-class vessels and the Galor immediately begin to move into position.
Talon, purchase over the top of the sphere. Piggybacking.
Will do. Do I have to...
Let's see. You're going to do maneuvers. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this. We're going to do lightning round.
Oh boy. Oh.
All right?
All right.
Yeah.
So it's like this, folks. I'm going to give us 20 minutes to play this out. We got 20
Because ship
minutes.
combat.
But we are now
We have no
in
momentum.
full-on effing ship combat. The USS, or the ISS Audacity, and a Borg sphere against two Vorcha Klingon battle cruisers and two Galor class
All right.
for the fate of what will be the future of this mirror universe.
Awesome.
Let us begin, shall we?
All right.
All right.
So,
I'm giving you guys initiative.
okay.
So, this is how ship combat works. It works just like ground combat. You guys get to decide who's going to go first based on your bridge positions.
Okay.
So, on the bridge, we have, first of all, you're captain now.
Yep.
You are helm. You are sensors. We don't have a tactical position. So, I'm going to ask what we could do. Oh, you know what? I have.
I could always drive tactical and opt to do tactical rather than to do a command direct.
That's
just
true.
because we don't really have a person.
You guys are kind of short right now.
Yeah, and
Well, and
so
also-
I'll just lose out on the direct action.
Okay.
But I'll still be able to
Cool.
shoot.
You assume tactical position. You're also giving orders.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna as
That's how Janelle would do.
Yeah.
you watch this guy. You watch the doctor dematerialize in front of you, and then the ship went to red alert. And
Yeah.
a few moments pass, and thudding around the corner at a full run, your husband, your mate, comes running around the corner, and he runs up and says, "There's something outside the ship. It's some kind of sphere. I've never seen anything like it."
The ball. I know. Lark was yelling at me. What is it?
I don't know, but it's not right. I was privy to the conversation that was being had on board the bridge. He takes you by the shoulders and he said, I don't know if the Klingons are actually the danger here.
All right. This is our moment to fight like hell, and I swear to God, if it goes wrong, you get a shuttle and you get on it, and I will be there.
All right. He
Just-
he takes that moment. Let's begin.
All right.
Combat starts as you all emerge from the nebula and the Borg sphere, maneuvering on God knows what kind of propulsion because it can move in any angles at once. It doesn't seem to have a forward momentum. It looks like it can propel itself in any direction without any sort of angled propulsion. The way you have engines to full and rear, full ahead, full back. This Borg sphere seems to do whatever the hell it wants, and it moves easily into a flanking position on one of the Galor class. You guys are going first. Who's going to be up? And what are you going to do?
I could scan for weakness.
Yeah, that's what I want first.
All right,
We're
run a
gonna line up
scan.
the best
Scan for
shot we can
weakness.
get.
We don't have any momentum, so it doesn't matter.
Yep, it's just going to be a tough one because we spent a lot of momentum on getting our captain essentially.
What's the
Look,
sorry? What's the
you gotta
difficulty?
spend momentum for good outcome. Sorry, what?
So you should have the difficulty on one of those, on that sheet that I gave you?
Yes.
Do you have it?
I do.
Good.
Sensor sweep.
Tell me what you get. What is it?
Wait, no, scan for weakness. It's a difficulty of 3, assisted by the ship's sensors and security.
All right,
Yeah.
roll it.
All
What
right.
you get?
Freaking tough right now.
USS Dacity moving into position.
2 successes for me.
Okay.
That's cocked.
2 successes. You just need one more.
Yep.
Oh, 3 successes.
3 successes.
Thank
So
you,
now, what are
Audacity.
the effects of this? Scan their ship.
Yeah, I'm scanning for weakness, seeing if there's anything about these ships that we can use to our
I believe it
advantage.
improves our
advantage of.
damage.
It
or
should
something.
say.
It should. Yeah.
Oh,
It
it
should-
says
should be.
if this succeeds in the vessel's next attack before the end of the sensor operations next turn. Wait. If this succeeds, then the vessel's next attack before the end of the sensor's operations next turn gains the piercing 2 quality.
Okay.
So we'll have piercing when we shoot.
When it's time for you to shoot.
Yes.
Also, what the sensors will reveal to you is what you've always known. The Galar class are inferior to the Audacity. These ships are going to be in a lot of trouble when you open fire on them. Their turn.
I have
Unless
quick
you're
to
gonna-
action.
What's that?
I have quick to action.
Okay,
We keep for
so
free.
your turn.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you doing? You gonna open fire?
No, I want
me
you
to-
in an attack pattern.
All right.
All right,
Or-
assume
or
attack
evasive,
pattern.
You know, it's your,
Attack pattern.
I think we want attack pattern. Yes,
This is so
Alright.
weird.
because we can take the hit, but I want good solutions.
So for
right.
attack pattern, I do daring plus con, difficulty 2. Daring plus con.
Correct.
Pretty good.
Assisted
Daring
by
plus con,
since what?
difficulty
By,
2.
yeah, weapons and con on the ship.
Okay.
And then if successful, reduce attack difficulty by 1, gain 1 momentum, and until the flight. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Cool. So tell me what you get.
1 success.
And crit from Audacity.
So total
3.
You're gonna beat
Yeah.
that difficulty then. So what are the benefits? What are you gonna get for this?
So it says if
Reduces-
successful, reduce attack difficulty by 1.
That's not good.
Minimum
for
1. Gain 1 momentum if already at 1. I don't understand what that means. Until
Okay.
until my next turn.
them. Okay, cool.
So
So
we
the
gain
big
momentum.
So the big takeaway is the difficulty is gonna be reduced by 1. So
Yep.
now it's gonna be their turn.
Yep.
Um,
Brace for impact.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Audacity is under fire. This one of the Galor classes immediately opens fire on the Audacity.
Yep.
So it is going to make a check here. So just going to take you guys through this real quick. Making a basic attack roll. He's using phasers. By the way, phasers do cost 1 power every time you use them.
Yep.
So he is going to mark that down as he opens fire. The Galor
Point of
class
interest is the resistance that you put on our ship sheet include the ablative armor, or is that?
That's with the ablative armor included.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
ablative armor gives you a +2 to your
That's
resistance.
why I wanted to check.
Yeah. So you are not easy to damage. Okay, so it's controls plus security task, provided with the weapons plus security with a difficulty of 1 for energy weapons. However, his difficulty is lowered to hit, so he's going to open fire on you guys, and we'll find out if he gets you. Let's see here.
What is his difficulty lowered to hit by?
He needs to hit a difficulty of 1 to shoot you.
For what?
For phasers. He's open fired with phasers.
I mean, what gave us the difficulty 1? I'm sorry.
Like ranged attacks and ground combat, the default difficulty to shoot and hit a ship at the right range.
Is
Yes.
2.
No. For torpedoes, it's 2.
No.
With a difficulty of 1 for
torpedoes,
energy
it's
weapons and 2
3.
for torpedoes.
Do you have like a special ability that brings the difficulty down
Yes.
by 1? Okay. That was what I wanted to
Oh,
know.
I'm
Thank
sorry. Was I confused? Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
didn't hear.
No.
Thank you.
No.
Cool. All right, let's go.
Typically the difficulty. Well, no, actually, typically the difficulty is 2 for phasers
Yep.
and 3 for torpedoes.
Exactly. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. What's the resistance on the Audacity?
7.
7. Alrighty then. What do we get? Disruptor. Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Audacity takes 1 point of shield damage.
All right.
A disruptor beam slams into the force field of the USS or the ISS Audacity. You guys feel the ship buck.
Yep, I grab my glass so it doesn't spill, and we're good.
Yeah. I'm going to spend 2 threat and keep the initiative, and the Vorcha is now going to open fire.
Of course it is.
Okay.
But with
That's not
when you keep the initiative, the difficulty is still going to go up by 1 for the NPCs.
That's correct. Yep.
So
It's going to be harder for them to hit. Okay, so the Vorcha is definitely going to hit the Audacity. The question will be, can the Vorcha actually hurt the Audacity? My bet is on yes. We shall see.
Yep. That's
Here we go.
attack pattern
Vorcha
versus
attack cruiser.
invisible.
Ooh, yummy. All right, here we go.
Yep.
Opens fired with disruptor cannons.
Yep. And we're at medium range right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Vicious range plus. Yeah. So 2 more points of shield damage after the resistance. The Vorcha class with the disruptor cannons has got the same firepower as the Audacity with its energy weapons. So the Audacity shakes dramatically as these huge bolts of disruptor energy slam into it from this Klingon battlecruiser. The initiative now passes back to you guys.
My turn.
Okay. You gonna open fire? And you get piercing, correct? You get piercing
Yes,
and
we
difficulty is
do.
reduced.
Yes.
All right.
Piercing is reduced. We are down to difficulty 1. I'm spending 1 for cautious.
Okay.
Someone will need to roll the ship's weapons plus security to
got it.
assist me,
Got it.
because I can't roll for
Wait,
Audacity on my own roll.
Like weird mirror.
Oh, I thought you got it.
I
You
got
got it?
I'm gonna spend 2 threat to raise your difficulty by 1.
Do I roll with 1
Okay,
or
so
2?
difficulty 2.
Yep. So standard difficulty 2 then.
Do I do 1 or 2 die for the ship?
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
1, and your target number is 16.
All right, 16. Yes, 1 success.
All right. So that is a total of 5.
Okay. Roll damage. You're targeting one of the Vorchas or the Gallo?
I'm targeting a Vorcha.
You're targeting a Vorcha. All right.
Right.
Momentum. We gain 3 momentum.
Yes.
Yeah?
We most certainly do.
Beautiful.
All right. And literally all of the damage dice I brought. Oh, no, there are a few more.
Ooh.
What?
Okay.
All right. Remind me, versatile.
Versatile?
Yeah.
Versatile. Oh crap. I don't actually have that one on me. Versatile. Give me 1 sec. I can look that up. I think versatile. What versatile lets you do is it actually lets you determine. Here we go.
Oh, right. Yeah, there were a few different things I could do.
Accurate
I think I have it
qualities.
on my sheets for Sally, so I can check that
Jesus.
too.
You know what? I don't have that here. I've got vicious, piercing, knockdown, intense.
There's something about I can have it do multiple targets, I think is one of the things that ship phasers can do. There are like some neat tricks. Let me just
I'm not
see
sure. I don't
real
have that on my
quick if I see
profile
it.
here. So we might just have to skip it for now. Found it?
Generates 2 bonus momentum per effect if attack is successful.
So you're going to hit. So every effect you roll, you're going to generate 2 momentum. Is that correct?
That appears to be the case, according to my Sally Ride's weapon
Okay.
thing. I will also mark off a power.
Okay,
for
yeah,
using
mark down
phasers
a power.
to damage. Okay, so.
By the way, and you can burn power, of course, to increase damage.
All right, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and we get 4 momentum. 14
We're
damage.
maxed out on
Max out
momentum.
+1.
4 momentum, so we can put that bonus, the sort of we have spillover from that, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 1.
How much?
One
You said we
spillover.
had 4 momentum? Yeah, 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
right.
So
we are in the
Let's-
final 10 minutes
Let's put
of the
that bonus
episode, so let's see if we can push it.
resistance.
as much
So
as
we're
we
going to
can.
ignore one more point of resistance on top of the piercing 2 that we already had.
Okay.
Futile.
So 14, 3 piercing.
Not for you, Captain.
That's what we got.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, and we get to target ship systems
You
for
have to
free.
declare that before a
Oh,
fight.
okay,
a
cool.
fire.
It just
Yeah.
said on the talons and it didn't
Yeah,
say
you can
anything
totally
about
do that
declared.
because you have quick targeting, so you don't get
Yeah.
penalized for targeting ship systems. However, that hit will definitely give them something to think about as you watch their shields drop to about 65%, as those forward phaser banks smash into the Vorcha, and you see that the entire shield surrounding the ship lights up this brilliant orange color as the momentum of the ship almost comes to a stop from the impact on the shields. You hit them hard, really, really hard.
Want me to scan for another more weakness?
You guys, are you gonna keep initiative or is it?
We're going to keep the initiative because I keep the piercing until the next round, I believe. Right?
Is that
Until the sensor operator's next round, right?
true? So, or I could also do another scan for weakness.
No,
and
'cause
keep-
you're the
keep
You
it-
got 5 minutes
Yeah.
to do whatever you're gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
then we
turn
get it again
can't
if
go
I
back to
succeed.
me though, and I'm the only one who can fire, right?
Well, you
Can I
could
do
try
some
to get.
evasive or-
There is an engineer on board that could try to get energy back to the shields.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Okay. So we're gonna just do this as a quick rule. If you want to restore power to the shields, first it's going to be an engineering check. So I'm going to let you, as you're playing with this, and this is just sort of a quick homebrew idea that I had, but I'm going to have you make a. I'm going to have you make. Let's see. There is too many sheets. Too many cooks. Too many cooks. So go ahead and make your engineering check,
Okay.
just like your standing engineering check, and.
Which is just power engine or control engineer.
Yeah, and I'm going to say the difficulty here is 2.
Okay. Spending momentum.
Yeah, do that.
If you succeed, you have to burn a point of power, and that will
We also
restore a point
spend
of shields.
2 more
Okay.
Yeah.
to do that. Keep the initiative in the first place. So there should be 2 more down on top of that.
We spent
Uh,
2 more.
You need 2.
2
momentum?
successes.
Okay. The ship, the whole ship shudders as the Audacity gets struck harder than she's probably ever been struck before. You guys have never come into direct contact with a Vorcha class Klingon cruiser, but now you're feeling what it's like to be hit by you guys as the ship lurches suddenly. Damage control cruiser running past you as you see somebody's getting picked up off the floor with blood all over their face from the impact. You and your damage control crews, you immediately allocate 1 power to the shields, restoring 1 point.
Okay.
And now it's the Queen's turn.
Alright.
Shoot.
And she's
Wait,
in
she's
the
on
sphere.
our side, right?
She's in the sphere.
She's in the sphere.
Well,
good.
she's
We're down to
on
8
whatever
power.
side she wants. If she
Yeah.
wanted to fire on us, theoretically she
yes.
could.
Yeah.
Okay.
More accurately, you're on her side.
This is
Well,
probably
yeah.
this is probably a futile.
I know what it might be.
Ah.
Okay. This is bad.
Oh no! Did she miss?
No, she did not miss.
Oh,
No, it's bad.
Nope, she is. Okay, so, the Vorcha, you see a tractor beam, and it. You see a beam lance out from the sphere, and begin just cutting across the hull.
Jeez.
And you're watching decompressions just and on the view screen, even from this distance, from the puffs of white of decompression coming out,
beautiful.
you can watch bodies flying into space as you see this Vorcha just being sawed in half. You've never seen anything like it. Martinez, there's a green glow, and a few moments pass, and you materialize in a vacuum, standing inside one of the decks of the Klingon battle cruiser as Klingons fly past you and out into the depths of space,
And
screaming.
I don't have to breathe anymore.
You do not have to breathe anymore, and you're not moving at all, standing on the deck.
Yep. Gravity boots or something.
You've already got technology coming out of your skin. Immediately, like, you see force fields come into place from the decompression, but you can still hear the screeching, horrible, screaming sounds of the metal giving way from this Borg's cutting beam just splicing across the hull. And in front of you, as the force field comes up, you see a Klingon charging you with a batleth, screaming. The Borg next to you move to the side, and we'll just do this real quick.
Oh, do I have one of those little, like, razors for a hand now all of a
Not
sudden?
yet.
or
You
just-
haven't
Okay.
Not
You
yet.
actually have to have it amputated first.
Right now, this Klingon thinks you're a human invader. He doesn't know what he's fighting. So, make his security. This is going to be a straight up melee check. Go ahead and make yourself a security.
Daring.
And this is going to be, daring and security check.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, one success, one not success. And you said it was a difficulty of 2?
We are $230 away from the Dick and Johnson crossover.
Oh, friends.
That is.
So close.
What's
guys.
that? Now we're 200 away. From the Dick and Johnson. We're 200 away. So I tell you what, I'm gonna play out this scene, and hopefully we can hit the Dick and Johnson crossover, and we'll see how that goes. So let's go ahead and do this. So what'd you get?
You said it was difficulty 2?
No, this is melee, so the difficulty is 1.
Oh, then I got 1 success. I did it.
Okay. He.
A bat left into my arm.
So what happens is because he actually did not hit the difficulty, it means in like I've noted before in Star Trek Adventures, when you're in melee combat with somebody, if they attack you and you actually succeed, you actually get to attack them. So as he comes down with the batleth and swings it, it impacts into your shoulder. You feel absolutely no pain. There's a crunching sound as the bone breaks as this batleth smashes into you. And the nanites immediately begin repairing the flesh. And you just look down. This Klingon stares at you and lets go of the batleth and begins to back away. You can attack him now.
I will.
All right, don't even bother. You've won the roll, so you're gonna hit him. So go ahead and just make a straight up damage roll, except for in your case, you're gonna roll 6 challenge dice.
Ooh.
Oh my god! I just looked up what phaser banks do with the effects. I would have done like 28 more damage or something like stupid because I rolled 4 effects and I can use spread on these things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to know.
I'll have to roll well again. Well, that might be a raise.
So I got 6, and then 2 of them are effects.
Okay. Okay. It's instinct. You know exactly every single point on this Klingon's body. You know where you knew where every artery is, where every vein is, where every cluster point of nerve endings are. And as he begins to back away, you grab his hand and pull him effortlessly towards you. Despite this Klingon's great strength, he can't resist you. As you pull him forward, he tries to jerk away, and you extend your fist. Is that what you're doing? What would you like to do? You get 2 effects. You have the option of assimilating him if you want.
No, I'm not going to assimilate him. I'm going to kill him.
Kill him?
Yes.
Okay. The impact on his chest causes the bone underneath his ribcage to fracture and pierce his heart. And you see this pink dark blood erupt from his lips as he stares at you. And he goes hurling over like a rag doll, just flying up over your head, colliding with the force field above. And as you walk forward, there's just an image of your eyes glowing a bright green color in the darkness as you step down the corridor as a dead Klingon falls from the ceiling behind you. Awesome. And you move deeper into the ship as Klingons shout. Borg drones falling in line and beaming in behind you.
I want to watch this movie.
This is my life now.
Right?
Yeah. Pretty dope.
Yeah. So the Queen is effectively rendered that Vorcha helpless at this point. The Galor class is going to open fire on the sphere.
Just want to know, once that happens...
Yeah, it is not going to hit, like,
Okay.
the 3rd round of ship combat. That's
Once all of that happens, I just look at the captain and go, can we get a ball?
Yeah, seriously.
Captain, I want a ball.
Okay. You see a couple of spread shots come from the Galor class as it begins to accelerate. It tries to take a position above the Borg cube, angles itself so its arrays are facing the cube, the sphere itself, and they fire down. It's a pretty sound tactic, and you watch it do nothing to the Borg sphere. You watch these phaser hits and these disruptor hits, and nothing is happening. You detect no damage from the Borg sphere at all.
I'm glad those death soldiers are on our side.
You've never seen technology like this.
For now.
What is that?
7.
We hit 7? Wait, we hit 7K?
Yeah, that's sticking
Oh my gosh!
Ah!
We got
Oh,
the
I
Dick and
cannot wait.
Johnson crossover.
Oh
We're
my
hitting
gosh, this is gonna be
10:15,
so
I'm
cool.
actually going to wrap this up now.
Okay.
Yeah,
get
because
a
they're
ball.
gonna.
Because we got into ship combat late, which I knew we probably were going to, but let's
Yeah.
face it, this is not going to go well for the opposing forces.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at this. For the next 10 minutes, what looked like was going to be a challenging battle ends up becoming a slaughter that some Cardassians are going to carry back with them.
Oh, some of them lived.
The other Galor,
for
let me put it this way. After the shots did nothing to the sphere and watching the Vorcha get sawed in half and seeing boarding parties enter the second Vorcha, the Galor immediately jumped to warp. Now, the Audacity, I'll leave it to you, but you do have the option of pursuing if you want.
What do you think, Captain?
You are watching surgically severed pieces of 2 Klingon warships floating in space, and off in the distance behind them is the ominous Borg sphere. And whether you know it or not, on that sphere, standing next to the Queen, is a doctor who has black veins
He's so excited about it.
and a captain, a former captain, whose arm is currently being gently removed from the socket as something else is being inserted in its place. Looking at your hand, Hector, you get your designation 1 of 7.
1 of 7.
It enters your mind immediately. You count. There was probably about 30 or 40 Klingons that died just by your hand as they bravely rushed the oncoming Borg.
Resistance is futile.
You have been kept free of the cybernetic injections, and just like Martinez, the assimilation.
1 of 7.
Just like 1 of 7. Your consciousness has been preserved in this body of this new Borg-like this Borg body of yours, and just slightly more of a new personality emerging from it. Whereas 1 of 7 is being used as the blade, you are clearly the handle, and the Queen is watching the Audacity begin to bank. Are you giving chase?
The lady knows how to get in contact with us. Let's go have fun.
Great, because I want to get the hell away from that ball of death.
I want a ball.
You want me to roll for anything?
We're not getting a ball, Lark.
Don't want to pay the price for it.
Do I lay in a course? Or?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
The Audacity turns some damage from the ship trailing from the nacelles as the battle was quite fierce. But again, the Audacity comes out on top, and as you bank and jump into warp, the Queen, with the 2 of you by her side, says, "And now it begins." And that will be the end of our first Mirror Universe episode.
Ooh.
Wow. Now that we've completely killed all of us.
Yep.
By enabling the Borg.
Not that anything we did in one way or the other really
It's
helped.
true.
Like, they're still
Oh,
the
yeah.
Borg.
It's true. It's going to happen.
Mirror Universe is great because we really just get to play around.
Yeah.
And really just mess with whatever we want.
Like cleaning
Someone
my
got
nails with a
assimilated and it
knife,
wasn't real.
Yeah. Two
Martinez,
options.
1 of 7.
You messed with the Borg and you're surprised you get
dude,
assimilated.
Tried to
Really,
seduce
bro?
a Borg queen. Are you an
Had a
idiot?
grenade, man.
You did. Her stats are ridiculous.
Yeah, no. Borg stats are just next level.
She is the equivalent. The best way to she is the Vecna of Star Trek.
Yeah, Janelle could not touch that.
Yeah, but I love that you tried to do that. I fucking love that you
really
tried to
funny.
do that.
Of all
I mean,
the
the whole
ways
ship
for the
heard your
captain not
romance
to be our
novel
captain
attempt.
anymore.
Yeah.
This was
That is an entertaining one.
incredible, demented fun. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh,
Did you
this is
have something you want to
ridiculous.
add to this?
No, we're going to thank anyone who made a major donation and everything next week, because it's going to take us a while to put it all together.
So yeah,
Oh my
stay
gosh.
tuned next week because we had some really big donors. That you guys are definitely going to get a shout out. We saw all the money coming in. What was the final count? How much did we raise tonight?
$7,087.70.
$7,000, you guys, raised for Puerto Rico.
That's amazing. That's so amazing.
And the original goal was 2,000.
The original-
We're like, let's not go too high.
So we
Let's do-
kind of
we
beat
might
the
not
goal.
make it, but 2,000.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow,
god,
that was
thank
amazing.
Now, people watching on VOD can go to.
Can they hear you? You want to jump in here?
Yeah, sure.
Sax, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, everybody. All right, so people who are watching on VOD, who obviously can't donate live, can go to Puerto Ricans in Action and can, I believe it's .org, .com, and they can donate there to continue donating. Don't be afraid to let us know. We'd be happy to know that you're continuing to donate. I know they'd be happy to have continued donations. Also, there's a lot of other great charities that we weren't able to necessarily sync up with, like the Hispanic Federation and whatnot, who you should also donate to. But yeah, if you're watching this on VOD, you can still be part of the charitable action. And thank you so much for everything you've done so far today.
I have an idea.
What's up?
If they took a snapshot of their donation like receipt and sent it to us, could we add that to the total and next week see if we raise more to get the 10,000?
You just want to do this song anyway,
Yeah.
don't you?
I want to do the watch along.
I want to do the watch along.
I want to do the watch along.
So
Alright, don't be afraid to send it to us, and we'll consider it towards the total.
Okay, so if the donations keep coming in, we will.
Song.
Yeah, if the donations keep coming in, and this is for everybody watching the VOD, we will add that to the total of what we were trying to raise tonight. So let's just see how far we can go.
Thank you.
And really, thank you. I mean, there does always come a moment when the English language, or really any language, fails to truly encapsulate the gratitude that you guys are doing.
Klingon.
You helped.
Does it?
Yeah, you guys. It's incredible. I can't wait to talk to everybody, and I know Lisa particularly is very appreciative of tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for this episode. Thanks for playing with us on this really dark playground to help raise money for a great cause. We're going to get those prizes out to everybody. We'll be coordinating and giving you guys heads up how we do with the donations. And Sax is jumping back in.
Sorry. At least one of those prizes, I think it might be the ultimate pack, isn't actually going to be delivered to us for 10 days. So, and some of them we need to coordinate and get some signatures together.
Like,
so
I gotta
please,
draw
You actually have to draw things.
Not everything is leaving here tomorrow. So if you don't get your prize ASAP, understand we need to do some processing on some of this, but we're going to go as fast as we can.
Yeah, Star Trek Online wanted me to let everybody know that they will have the code available on the 10th. Cool. So that's the go. So our winner for that ultimate code will be getting it then. Please join our Fleet Shield of tomorrow.
Sorry. Denova, who is our in-house mod, and Denova is the one reaching out to everyone to get their address and everything to send you the information. If he has private messaged you or messaged you on Twitch and you haven't gotten back to him, we can't send it to you. So if you're watching this now on VOD, wondering where your thing is,
check your messages.
Reach out to Denova. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Denova.
Thank you, Denova.
So
and thank you, Eric, for running us in the mirror universe.
You're welcome.
We killed so many beings for things for charity tonight, guys.
I warned everybody on Twitter that we were going to go off the map on this one. We were going to make our own canon. We were going to do a little bit. We were taking a little bit of DS9, but we're going to do our own thing because it's Mirror Universe. We want to play. So as I wrap up this episode, I just want to give a quick shout out and love to our dear Amy Dallin, who we adore and love and miss. Her energy is one of the things that keeps everybody at Geek and Sundry fueled.
She needs one of your hypospace.
And she is every time she is missing, everybody notices. So we love you so much, Amy, Dr. Amy.
If anybody could beat the Borg Queen,
it's Thriller.
She would have done her little dance, like, come on, come on.
So yeah, the Borg Queen would be like, oh, I can't stop looking at those antennae. She is so cute.
Okay, I'll go home.
All right, I'll leave. So catch us back here next week, and Amy will be back. Hopefully she'll have been recovered after a week's worth of rest, and we will be back to the usual adventures of the USS Sally Ride, who is into some shit. Quick recap, they're in Klingon territory being hunted. So
for ship combat for
the ship combat, we didn't get to fully play through tonight. You might want to stay tuned for next episode because we're going to be digging into it pretty soon.
I got some fancy flying.
We got a little bit in.
This was good.
That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to my players and to Gina for her great craftsmanship.
Yes, we're gonna take a group photo.
Yes.
Don't worry, Twitter. It'll happen.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and for all of your wonderful donations. And we will see you back next Monday night. Hailing frequencies closed. Thanks for tuning in to Shield of Tomorrow. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. We'll be here every week with the ongoing adventures of the USS Sally Ride. New episodes air on Geek and Sundry Twitch and Alpha every Friday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you'd like to see more, you can start your free 30-day trial on projectalpha.com.